Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got Lane joining us right off the bat here, and then Chris will be joining us in a little bit. He's running a little behind at work. But a lot of cool stuff to talk about this week. A couple things actually poked through today, so we'll be able to talk about a few new third-party releases that were announced today. I know some of you guys have probably already seen them on Facebook and such, but yeah, we just wanted to get started, cover a few things that are a little bit of old news here, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. Starting with the Taskmaster. I know a lot of people are were kind of on the fence about this when they were waiting to see the final product photos because it's a kind of a unique figure on its own. I was on the fence until I saw the final product photos, and I think after seeing photos and videos, I might end up picking them up. Lane, I know you're really excited for this figure. What do you think of this figure? Is this something you've wanted since the beginning, or?
It is a figure that I have looked at for a year since it was initially announced way back when. They actually added those blades from the original announcement too. They didn't have those originally.
Oh, that I did not know because I wasn't following it like super closely.
I have always thought that because I thought the outfit of the character looks awesome. She is obviously kind of one note because it's basically a fighting and killing machine. That's basically what Taskmaster is.
Right.
To make her father look even more horrible than he already did. But this figure, to me, I know it's not even like an engaging villain like, say, Wenwu. If you were on the fence maybe for looking at for villains, like from Shang-Chi. That guy was a full character who was very cool. The problem is he made the good guy look like half as good. But I think this is about the outfit, the accessories that come with it. The only thing I agree, I kind of wish that the bow had a quiver with it or something you could attach them to, but that's minor things here. Just to look, I think the character looks better with the hood on, but with or without the hood, the mask, the detail on there, I think the coloration, like Hot Toys feels like it really did a good job with, honestly, is I don't think many people would have batted an eyelash if they kind of just on this figure a little bit, cut a lot of corner. I'm not going to say it's the best figure ever. It's a $250 price point. If you collect Marvel, you don't get many villains. If you're not, I think you can just get this guy. If you're not I'm not interested in any other of the Black Widow figures, like at all, like
Me
zero.
Either.
But you can put this guy. I mean, I'm doing a multiverse. We're in the multiverse, baby. This could be a female Taskmaster who's not just a mindless automaton in your own head canon. So true. I originally was picturing in my mind when I was thinking about getting this character, what if I put this character against like 2012 Captain America? Like that Taskmaster would be, because Taskmaster is traditionally in the comics, though completely different than this person. Has gone against the Avengers, so it makes a great conflict. You can set up or Hawkeye or Kate Bishop, that's upcoming. If you're just trying to go forward, kind of for newer releases. I'm actually planning to put this one against Moon Knight because I'm going to get the Moon Knight figure, and I'm putting them against it because to me it feels like Moon Knight obviously has some weird god power stuff, but Moon Knight at the core is a street level hero. Like he would get smashed by Thanos. Half the other guys, but the idea of technology versus kind of the magic to me is always a natural conflict you can see, especially in like MCU and stuff. But this is not an essential figure though. This is very non-essential. But if you want like a street level villain who, one good thing, maybe you disagree, or maybe in the chat, I'm not sure if you agree or disagree. One nice thing for this character, Taskmaster, is I think you feel more flexibility to do what you want with the figure because it's not like Wenwu. I had Wenwu, I canceled him because I decided to get Taskmaster instead. So I lost my NRD. But Wenwu is a very defined character, with his character traits and everything. So it was really hard for me to think of because I had made in my mind I was going to get Shang-Chi, but I kind of didn't really want Shang-Chi as much. I was get him because I was going to get him that go with the other guy. So I couldn't picture him with somebody else, unless they had put one out for the sister or something like that. I can make up in my head that can make sense. This person being a little bit more Blake's but having defined powers and stuff, and it has a little bit of backstory to him, you can see this person going against other street level heroes, you know?
I see what you're
And
saying.
also you kind of know where it's not a super defined. We know that the character is kind of a little bit of a tragic character because of how she's being used.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't like the non-hooded look. I think the hood adds a lot to the look.
Yeah, I can. Well, just same thing for regular Taskmaster. You know, if you saw him with the
frames
Skeletor
the face really well.
that.
And I like kind of like the darkness that is created inside of the hood.
But that's why we like a lot of hoods on a lot of the figure. I mean,
that's true.
Does Darth Maul
that's a great pose, though.
I mean, how do you picture Darth Maul normally from the Phantom Menace?
Oh, look at with his hood up, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think of him more. He still looks cool as like a devil, but look at the claws are a little weird,
like Black Panther claws.
Yeah, but the way the fingers are done here, they look more almost like something you would see on a bird of prey or something like that, rather than like. So I get the effect they were going for, but
that's the pose for me.
Yeah, that's put them on once for a picture, and then like now I'm gonna use the like sword and shield or the bow and arrow because
exactly. Yeah, I love these
cool.
These blades. That was definitely a good inclusion. I did not know that they didn't include those originally, so that's awesome. It's always nice to see them include stuff that they may have either forgotten about or wasn't quite ready when they first dropped the prototype.
And the price point, really cool. It's $250, guy. I know. We don't like this. I don't like including.
See that hooded look, man.
Yeah, that's still. Don't get me wrong. That's still better. But the chest and the I think I know we're not. Are these the release pictures or?
Yes, these are the release photos.
Okay.
The claws look great there. Like that's a much better use.
Yeah. Instead of the kind of cross arm, but I do like also. I think the blue and the orange colors and everything, they seem so vibrant and stuff.
They do.
I just think for what's kind of, I guess we would call a middle of the road, like probably developed figure, because this is not getting the same R&D as an Iron Man, like.
Right. Yeah.
Announced at the same time. The armor up Iron Man figures with some diecast and other stuff, and that Tony Stark in the race suit. Those probably got more R&D time than this.
For sure.
Or something. Agree. But for a medium to lower level importance figure, this is not one we all would be going. Tony, why did you Tony stank us and not give us the burn face lady or something, the burn face actress or something?
Yeah, I'm good on that. I do think the bow looks really good. I don't know if I would ever pose this figure with the bow because obviously
I'd be worried about the bow strength. That's my only concern from it.
Yeah, it loosening up over time, and also like you said, it is a little weird that she doesn't come with the quiver because it kind of throws me off a little bit. So I would definitely probably not. Yeah, I definitely probably wouldn't display it with
the sword and shield.
The sword and the shield is the way to go for sure.
Now, did you see it all? What were your thoughts on? I was wondering, or the blades, like having the forearm blades. I would probably be either one of those. Those are the
like you could have like the shield in one hand too, and then one of the forearm blades out. That would look cool as well.
Like it's up close or something. Like
that looks good too with the claws and the blade.
There's some nice for picturing or just changing it. Where you don't if you don't like changing your poses too much, with your figures, because you're worried about wear and tear or whatever on the figures. Right. This guy is really cool with the way the weapons and the like shield attach and stuff. You could just do some minimal moving the arms and some. If you wanted to keep the foot pose or something like that, you really like how you got it set. You could just mess around with the arms and literally probably do 5 or 6 different combinations where you only mess around with the upper body a little bit.
True.
And then that's it. If you don't like messing everything around with it, or you got if you have tight quarters where you're keeping it, where you don't necessarily can't put it all over the place. It's super dynamic. You could still do some minor upper body changes and have different weapons. And if you change it once every 3 months, you might in a year and a half. It might take a year and a half, 2 years, even if you do small changes to get it all done. Yeah, and it's cool.
Yeah,
for $250 figure.
I think this figure has a lot of options. Like I said, right here, this is the best look for me. Yeah, with the hood up, sword and shield. I think that's my favorite look. And like you said, $250. This is the sideshow page here. You're getting a lot for $250, and if we look at what we've been getting for pre-orders lately, I mean, you don't really see this too much anymore, unfortunately. And this
I
is
think the
a
Sixers are
unique
pretty
figure.
on par for some of the 285 figures.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite. I mean, some of them have head
It's not
sculpt
quite a
and stuff.
head sculpt, but it is a unique sculpt.
This is at least like with Yelena, I would say, which is
Right, I would say this is like a 270, 275 range figure, and to see it for 250 is kind of unheard of anymore. But yeah, definitely a great figure. I think you made a good point. You don't have to have all of the different figures from this movie because obviously a lot of people weren't fans of this movie, but we're not going to ever get another 6-scale Taskmaster. I think
at least this look. If you
at
like
least
this
not-
particular look,
right? Maybe a comic version from Sideshow or something down the road. Who knows? But I think as far as like a movie live action version, this is what we got, and that's it.
even if we see the character, the girl again, she won't be. I mean, because they're not going to put her under mind control, basically under a computer program.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a different turn for that character moving forward.
Or they've said it. I think they did say if they do a Taskmaster again, it is going to be more. It will be like a guy who's more along the comics version, if Taskmaster. So this version of Taskmaster is probably one and done.
Makes sense. All right, the Batman.
Yes.
This is a topic that we hadn't covered when this was first posted. It's been a couple weeks since this was posted. However, it is more relevant now because, as you'll see after we look over this post, InArt is working on their Batman stuff, and they're slowly trickling out information regarding theirs. So a lot of people are going to be asking, like, which one do you think I should get? So we're definitely going to cover these changes that Hot Toys made because I think that kind of makes your decision even more difficult. So as you can see here, I'm not going to read through all of it, but they did update the hair sculpt. They added an additional hair sculpture, so not only do you get the original one that came with it, but you get this new updated hair sculpt that you'll see in the photos here in a minute. The sculpt does now have rolling eyeballs, which is cool. That's typical of like a DX release. The batarangs are now die cast.
No, I would agree with you on that one.
Remember,
Ahsoka has it.
Right, but for the most part, now that they're starting to add it, but for the most part, it's mostly a DX exclusive feature. Yes, the Ahsoka had it, and this most recent Maul had it, but I think the reason the Ahsoka and the Maul had it is just because of the way that the head sculpt was designed. They're like, we might as well just put it in anyway, because like the Ahsoka, for example, her front faceplate comes off. So I think when it comes down to it, they included if they can.
Be careful taking that off.
Yeah, I'm not going to ever take it off, but I think on the most part, they'll include it. Chris said he's on his way home. All right, Chris, we'll see you in a little bit, man.
just no flat tires.
Yeah, exactly. But no, this is typical of a DX release. They have been kind of including it here and there, but for the most part, yes, this is a DX feature. So it's cool that they're including it in this pack. I know a lot of people are excited for this figure, so anything extra, I'm cool with. The batarangs are now die cast. I think that's a great idea on their part, just because obviously InArt, it seems to be the standard that most of their accessories are going to be die cast. So it makes sense for Hot Toys in order for them to compete that they match that at least. So glad to see that. I love die cast. I've mentioned before I have the Deadpool 2 Deadpool, and that figure has die cast katanas, and those are awesome. So awesome to see more die cast from Hot Toys. And also, apparently, they updated the physique and the colors of the bat suit. So we'll take a look at the photos, and then I'll kind of get your opinion on this, Lane. I don't know about you, but I think this new hair sculpt is a super welcome change to me. I thought the last hair sculpt, even though I was fine with it, I thought it was a little too uniform, especially when we saw him taking off his helmet and such in the movie, and his hair was super sweaty and dangling in his eyes. Do you think this was a smart move on Hot Toys' end to include this extra hair sculpt? And do you think this might have been a deal breaker for a lot of people?
Honestly, for me, probably no. The hair is usually one of the last things I think about with the figures. The fact that they added it, though, I think is great.
Yeah.
It's not changing the price. I have a hard time saying InArt because we haven't even had a figure come out yet, like their competition per se.
Yeah,
but I think Hot Toys is seeing kind of what's, they're looking at some other. There's some other guys entering the same sphere that they're in,
right?
Who is not like Star Ace or 3-0 or some other guys. Some of those other companies, Asmus, who have been around for a bit. They know what those guys can do, kind of. InArt
at this point,
yeah. in art is an unknown quantity a little bit. Now, if in art turns to be a failure, 2 years from
Which
now,
it could be.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years from now. Which, hey, if we get 2 or 3 years of good figures and then they get lazy again for a bit, it's never good to be lazy, especially by that time they may be charging $350 on average. But if we can get 2 or 3 years where we mostly are getting this, or we were just talking about Taskmaster, where it's a middle of like this guy's way more important to the bottom line than the Taskmaster,
and a lot more involved too.
Yeah, so I think that adding. Now, it depends what you're adding, but usually adding is not a bad thing. But I'm not surprised either by this because, look, they just did Wenwu recently, which I know in probably Hong Kong market, that was money from doing that because that figure is going to sell there. Even
in
if
the
it
U.S.,
doesn't
not so much.
Yeah, well, he's been a bottom of the pre-order. I mean, he's a coupon figure forever. But they went the extra mile to fix that one, even though it was announced way a long time ago. That was like 6 months ago or more.
And no one was even thinking about it. It's not like people were like, oh, you need to fix this. You need to make these
That
changes.
was for their market, though, making it good. But, I mean, but still, even that. But I think this gives you choice. It's like, what look do you prefer? Or, like, if you're more someone who does, like, Maz or somebody like that, or some of the people who do pictures. If you like taking dynamic pictures, it gives you more
what he said
choices. Yeah, exactly. Sir, that's why you are almost as much a genius as I am, which we already that was a discussion.
Though. Not quite.
Yeah. Well, that's a discussion, guys, we were having off camera. Just how much of a hot toy super genius I am. I'm gonna get roasted by Bob Dylan probably. I have a feeling if he watches this.
I'm sure.
But more choice is always good. This like we were talking about, you might have the Batman and your big ass bat, the bike, and you might have the bat signal in one T-top show.
Yeah.
You know what? You may not have a lot of room to be able to maneuver him very much, but you don't want to just be the same thing for 6 months. This could be as simple as give him a batarang and change his hair.
Yeah.
And he's a different look.
Yeah, and I will say, like, the physique update is definitely noticeable.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely closer to Robert Pattinson's
He still looks
build.
like he stole he still looks like he stole the armbands from a Death Trooper, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what they look like. Everyone's been saying that ever since the first photos came out of his suit.
Hold on for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, let's show everybody an example. Once you grab your figure, I'll pull you up and then we'll compare. What about you guys in chat? Is this a figure that you guys are picking up? For me, this is like a must-have. I loved this movie, so I had to have this figure. The moment I saw it, I saw that the bat symbol set. I'm like, I'm getting that. That's 100% what I'm getting. I'm interested to see what InArt puts out, but I think I'm happy with the option that we got from Hot Toys. So I'm curious if this is one that you guys are picking up. I know this movie has been pretty widely well received. So I'm curious.
So. This is, and if you actually look me up oh, I just realized my gun is missing from my Death Trooper.
That's not good.
After my Death Trooper.
Let's go, Discord gang. What's up?
So, if you look here, now obviously these are not the same thing as Batman, but when you look at the gauntlet with the black,
right. So look at that.
Yeah.
And now look at that. Now look at that.
They're almost the same.
Like, very similar.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Lane. Very, very similar. But it's like all these universes, I feel like they kind of take nods from each other, and you see little inspirations here and there, especially Star Wars. Obviously, Star Wars has been such a big franchise for so long, so I'm not surprised to see that other franchises are taking notes here and there, but we don't have a problem with it. It's good to see, and it's a nice little nod,
And I can't blame the figures because I saw the same thing the first time I saw it when I watched the movie. I'm like, that looks like it was from a Death Trooper. Now, the fact I'm going to notice it because the Death Trooper are my favorite stormtroopers.
Yeah, I love the Death Troopers too. That's definitely one of my favorite trooper designs. Chris says he's still on the fence. He was kind of hyped, but it died a little bit. I see what you're saying. For me, absolutely not. Like, I actually have to give the movie another watch. I still haven't had it because it's 3 hours, man. Like, you got to dedicate the time to watch that movie.
Where you make the Dark Knight Rises feel kind of like,
exactly.
Hey, that was more compact.
Right. This movie feels like more of a drag. Yeah. So this is really cool, and the fact that we get kind of a fully opened one and a half bent one, I think, is really cool. And again, diecast is always nice. And here's the thing with diecast. I always tell people, like, some stuff diecast is a little too much. Like Thor's hammer, for example. It worries me because even some of the plastic accessories on the Endgame Thor figure are a little too heavy. So that kind of stuff worries me. This does not, because it's a thin little piece of metal, and it's not as substantial as like a hammer would be, for example. So this is really cool. And again, it's detachable, so it's a nod to the movie. It's closer to screen accurate than we would have had before, so it's really cool to see. And I'm not complaining about it. Like Lane said, the price remained the same, so if we're getting more for the same amount of money that everyone was already willing to put up, I'm happy about it. I'm all for it.
Now, does that come with just the deluxe edition, or does it come with the regular one as well?
I believe that's a standard edition accessory. Someone in the chat could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's standard. We can actually pull up
that matters to me a little bit. Some things.
Yeah,
like
let's pull up Sideshow here. If I can even find the Batman, because I always have issue finding stuff. Oh, look, there he is right there.
Yeah, I can understand too where with Collected Man, saying maybe not quite as hype, because I think honestly we've just had such an overload of the Batman.
I agree.
In such a short period of time. And not just, this isn't Hot Toys' fault. I mean,
all right, so let's look at the standard.
They got, April to September of 2023.
Yeah, he's a ways out.
That don't help feel like. So we'll see how you feel a year from now.
Oh yeah, so
still may not
here we go.
Yet.
There's your question answered. This is the standard edition, and it says detachable die-cast Batarang on the chest. So that's great. That's great to see that they've included in all the editions.
I would hope so.
Yeah, agreed, totally agree. But it's good to see that they didn't just stick that with the deluxe and call it a day. You know what I mean? I like to see unity for stuff like this, like simple accessories. It's good to see unity across the board for stuff like that, because that should be included. That's like a necessity in my opinion. Not that it's die cast, but just, you know what I mean, the Batarang as
having the Batarang with it as part of the chest weapon. And so we got all the head
man. So this is just multiple angles of this new head sculpt, and I love it, man. The stubble looks great. The kind of simulated sweat on the nose and under the eyes look great. I mean, look how beautiful the eyes are. Look, they kind of nailed that color on the eyes.
This is feeling really like a nice alternative if you're not like for the J&D statue, some of the higher end statue. Like if you want something that's nice of the Batman, but you're not going to be able to spend like $1,500. Right. Or $1,700 on like Prime 1 or Queen. Although the Queen one I think is the least of the major third scale. No, they might. Yeah. We don't know.
We haven't. Right. So we're gonna show an update from InArt regarding their Batman release. But as far as we know right now, there's no talk of a bat symbol. I mean, we may still get it. Who knows? I mean, they could come out with anything at this point.
How much is the bundle on Sideshow for the whole thing with the bat? Is it $510?
I want to say $515 for the deluxe. Of course, I closed it. Let's pull it back up here. I think it's $515.
Hey, that's my move, sir. Stop trying to copy me.
Right. I'm pulling a lane. I think it's $515. Let me.
I'm sorry. I'm just getting stuck looking at my Death Trooper because he's just been kind of behind Darth Vader and stuff like that for a bit, and I'm just like, oh my god, this Trooper's so cool.
So wait, yeah, we can actually look at all of our pricing here. So $515 for the deluxe set, which you have that really cool base and the bat symbol. For the normal deluxe, I'm sorry, deluxe cool and then deluxe with bat signal. So the normal deluxe is $375, and that does not obviously have the bat signal, but it includes everything else.
I'll give them credit; they went all in on the Batman figures.
Yeah, I mean the hype.
They put on a lot of stuff with it.
The hype was real, that's for sure. This is always taunting me every time I go on Sideshow. This is always taunting me.
Hey, it's on.
I don't even look at it.
I honestly, I would not want to imagine what the shipping on that would be.
It's going to be a lot,
like $60 to $80. Okay, so this is what you were talking about.
So yeah, so this is the update we got today from InArt. They posted on their Queen Studios page. So they say they're proud to share with us an update of a closer look at the Batman suit. More info will be revealed soon. Please kindly stay tuned. So obviously, when they say the Batman, they're talking about Bruce Wayne himself. They are going to be doing a Batman figure. We've already seen updates on that, but this is going to be the Bruce Wayne look. We got Boston Collectors in the house. What's good, man? He said, if I can't get street clothes for Battinson when he was watching Catwoman, I'm passing on the whole line. Dude, I know. I love that look. That look is really nice, and especially if you're going to end up picking up the Bat Cycle, that's like a perfect pairing. I don't know if you know what he's talking about, Lane, but you remember that kind of like street outfit he was wearing when he was following?
Oh yeah, when he was first following her and stuff like
that.
In
That
the
looks
first
awesome.
third of the movie.
Really dope. That's a dope look.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this suit, and then we'll talk about it. Again, this is just a look at the clothing, so it's hard to tell like how good the fit and stuff is going to be on the figure, but it looks nicely tailored in my opinion. Nice little rotating shot here. Again, not super exciting, but it is an update, and updates are always nice.
Yeah, well, they're really starting to show some stuff now. Like
they are
nothing for a bit.
This is the long coat, which is obviously like it completes the look in my opinion.
Yeah.
This looks like a really nice material. I'm not gonna lie to you. Here's the thing, like I'm most likely gonna go with the Hot Toys one, but I wouldn't be against trying to get somebody to part out their 2-pack because I honestly think this is going to be locked behind a 2-pack. I really do. It just makes sense for them. Based on how they've been doing things thus far.
So they're going to make me feel J&D was smart putting them separate. Yeah. Having the regular, because that was the thing more popular than the Batman from them.
Yeah. So that's all we got, guys. I know it's not super exciting, but it is an update. For me, I'm really hoping to get some sort of Bruce Wayne, Pattinson, Batman in my collection. So this might be the route I go. If anybody in chat wants to get the pack and they just want the bat suit, hit me up because I only want this variation from that 2-pack because I'm cool with the Hot Toys and I'm happy with what they provided us. So honestly, I don't really care what I see from InArt. I'm going to go with Hot Toys on this one.
Well, I'm just going to let it be said that this entire one, all the Pattinson Batman stuff is a pass for me.
Yeah.
I'm passing on all of that.
That's fair.
Because I'm Dark Knight Trilogy. I've got big ass.
Oh, there we go, Lane. You got the question already. You said you didn't want to bring it up. Here we go.
I babbled about it the other day. So yes, Boston Collectors, Bob Dylan. It's actually apparently I took some very up close pictures of the foot damage, and it's the glue that holds the piece in the boot, the ankle lock, gave way. So I'm sending it to Bob Dylan, and he's going to fix it.
Bob Dylan is the GOAT.
Yep.
All right, guys. Then we got a release this week, or this past week, I should say. Definitely.
A couple days ago.
Right. You're right. This is one of the better Iron Man suits in my opinion. Just because one, I love the scenes with him, even though Whiplash is kind of iffy for some people. Still a great scene and still an iconic suit of armor in my opinion. But this finally did release and it's a die-cast Iron Man. You can't go wrong. So this finally did release in Hong Kong. Like Lane was saying to me earlier, we didn't get any updated photos because this is just a reissue. So it's basically the same thing, just remade again with very, very minor tweaks. But definitely a really sick figure. I don't know what you guys think of this suit in the chat. For me, I'm on the fence about it still. I'm more so leaning towards no right now just because I have 4 die-cast Iron Man figures right now, and I have the Battle Damage Mark 85 coming this coming
yeah, I mean
probably
that's
within the next couple of weeks.
$450.
Right, so it's a lot of money that I'm putting out for these die-cast Iron Man figures, and I'm filling up space that I don't need to be filling up with all these Iron Man figures. With that being said, though, this is a really cool suit of armor, and the coloring is a little bit different. Obviously, it's common with a lot of these Iron Man figures that we're getting like some sort of gold and the cherry red combo, but this one's silver. You saw that with the Mark 47. We had a hit of silver at the top, and that's another really popular Iron Man figure. If you're a fan of Iron Man 2, this one makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I would buy this to be like my one Iron Man. I don't know about you, Lane. I know you're kind of interested in this one. Like, would this be your one Iron Man, and you're cool with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I love
Is it just because you're a huge fan of this one? Did you like the movie or you just love how the suit looks?
I just like how the suit looks. I love it, the whole, because I'm a fan of from the comics with the whole like using the suitcase to Iron Man up. Is this my favorite suit? It's not my favorite suit. My favorite suit is Mark 7. Like a lot of people.
Me too.
I had
Mark 7.
Midas,
let's go.
I had Midas before, but sold that one to
Mark
Nate.
7. I agree.
Just because the Mark 21, I liked it, but it didn't quite fit completely.
Hey, Jason, how's it going,
Hello.
man? Jason, remind me before the end of the stream to show off your custom Thanos. I always forget, but I'm glad you kind of reminded me.
Please don't tell me it looks like that picture with the naked Thanos that I've seen.
It's not that one. It's not thick Thanos.
Okay, good.
You can't show that on stream. No, he actually did a custom farmer Thanos. It's really cool.
Oh, nice. But
yeah, go ahead.
this one is for me because the price point. If you don't have an Iron Man, like you
What are we looking at? 360? Yeah,
60.
I mean, that's
all
a good
the other
price.
Iron Mans, that's 84 bucks less than the Mark 85.
And think of it this way: C-3PO is what, 335?
Yeah, it's only.
And you get a lot with this figure. You get this extra arm with like, and I think I was watching a review earlier. That's the coolest part about this figure, is this extra arm here. Excuse me. It has like some of his suit showing through on the bicep part, and then it has some of the gloves showing through on the fingers. I think that's a really cool touch.
Yeah, and the other thing is with this one is they do have the armor up version as well.
Right, where he's actually like looking like he's suiting up.
Yeah,
right.
And it has it. And that one, guys, it's 405. There's 350 version and 405 for a deluxe. If I get that, it would be the deluxe.
Yeah.
But
I would rather pay $360 for this one all day.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking as the other one could be that if you have this and that, they go together perfectly.
Right.
And the other thing with like the armor up is the first of its kind figure like that, and also that's a way to actually just have a freaking Tony Stark.
That's true.
Other than the mech test one,
kind of a nice in between.
Yeah, so I think this one would go perfectly with it.
Nice, Jason. Very nice.
And I think there's only one concern I have with the figure, and on Justin's review, everybody, whether if you watch that, is that, as he points out, because, by the hips and stuff where they normally have, where you can move them out to adjust the legs more, it's very tight in comparison to, say, even some of the more recent ones.
He does have a tinier waist, too, on his armor.
But it's a little bit more form-fitting than, say, like the Mark 85 or the Mark 7.
Yeah. I do love how this pops up.
It's emergency Iron Man suit, basically.
Exactly. Boston says that Hathaway's stance on the bike is not suitable for work. Facts. Big facts, Boston.
Oh, yeah.
She looks good, though. She looks real good.
I saw someone for that who just did their hot toy with the bat pod for the original one. And I it was almost the exact same pose. And I was like, well, you definitely took care of the shot of what most people think of, even for the upcoming statues from Queen and stuff. And I was like, well, you just saved yourself at least $800.
Exactly. Yeah, Jason, I totally agree. I love the Mark 43. That's one of the diecast Iron Man I own. I got the Mark 43 not long ago. Amazing base. I love the Ultron Sentry laying on the base. And it's just overall, I think the colors are laid out really well on the Mark 43, and I know Nate, I think, is the Mark 42 lover, and he prefers the Mark 42 over the 43. No way. Mark 43 all day, in my opinion.
I like the 46 that came from Spider-Man. I think that one actually looks cool.
The 46 I thought was Age of Ultron, and the 47 was Spider-Man.
47, right? That's right.
The 47's really nice. My only thing is I wish that it was either all silver or all gold, not like the silver and the gold, you know what I mean? But the overall armor itself, the look of it is beautiful. It's really nice.
Yeah, despite only having a few minutes of like runtime. But hey, when did that ever stop Hot Toys?
Yeah, exactly. I agree, Clone. Really, Mark 43 is great. My only complaint about the Mark 43 is the actual display base. The little bar is a little bit wobbly that holds up the grabber. And the way I fix that, a little tip for you guys, if you ever have a wobbly display bar, not the normal base, but the display bar, you can wrap a little tape around it and kind of friction fit it in there. And that's what I did, and it fits perfectly fine now. But amazing figure. The details on the Mark 43 are so nice. And it kind of reminds me of the Mark 5, where it has all these little intricate panels and such. It's really, really nice. Yeah, so Jason said, yeah, the Mark 47 is what we were talking about from Spider-Man. Cool. I think we looked through all the photos of Iron Man here. So now we got something to talk about for our Star Wars people. Obviously, we're all really excited because the Bad Batch seems to be fully released soon. We're going to get every single member of the Bad Batch, apart from Omega, of course, but a lot of people don't count Omega, and I don't blame them. I think maybe we'll see Omega from Season 2. I think it's very possible, especially after they release the whole crew. But I wanted to go through what the options that we have now, and then the options that we're going to be getting as far as the Bad Batch.
At least as we know.
Right, that we know exactly. As far as we know, they could pull a 180 on us, but I would hope not.
I think we're guaranteed at least 4.
I think so. Pretty much. I think so. So obviously, guys, Hunter, kind of a must-have in my opinion. He's the unofficial leader of the group. Yeah, exactly. And
Well,
who
no,
doesn't want to
isn't he?
clone Rambo?
Isn't he actually? Because he was a sergeant.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it's debatable after you see if you saw the first season. Obviously, I think it's a little debatable because just like the power struggle between him and Crosshair. I don't know.
Well, Crosshair though is not part of the Bad Batch.
Maybe he's coming back. You never know.
Well, no, I'm just saying. At least as of the end of the first
Yeah.
season, he's an Imperial command. He's a commander. He's a pretty high rank.
I want Crosshair to come back. That's all.
I know. I think kind of that arc that they were doing for him kind of ran its course by the end of season 1.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think kind of where we left off.
Unless they're going to kill him. Like, I think his character arc in that particular thing, it's not something that needs to be continued through all of season 2. But then maybe, yeah, Omega.
Don't get me started, man. I would absolutely love like a Clone Wars or even like an Attack of the Clones inspired Daniel Logan. That would be amazing.
We in season 2, I really hope, where he's obviously going to be a little bit older, like young teenage, just becoming Boba Fett.
I would love that. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, see him and Omega run into each other in season 2.
Yeah, but man, yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really cool. I'd be down for that. Absolutely love this head sculpt. I think it's one of the stronger clone head sculpts, just based on photos that we've seen. We did get to see a bit more at Celebration, but I think he looks awesome.
It's more Morris than going like, man, I do look like Rambo. That's cool.
Right.
Love that.
Clone says he likes the Bad Batch, but he decided he's passing on the figures. Given everything that's coming, I can't commit to 1,200. Yeah,
we're gonna get to all that.
Yeah, and I bet, being that your name's Clone Trooper, I bet you have an interest in those new bikes that were just released. So I don't blame you, man. The Bad Batch for a lot of people is going to be like a secondary thing when it comes to clones. Obviously, everybody's going to focus on their 5.0 first and named clones first before they go with the Bad Batch, because it's the Bad Batch is going to be more of a niche purchase for a lot of people, because to be honest with you, a lot of people don't even talk about the Bad Batch anymore, just based on my experience.
The first season was kind of mixed.
I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun time, but
yeah. But was it the best? No, even for animation for Star Wars.
Yeah. So Boston, we were going to talk about that, but since you bring it up, me either. I'm not a huge fan of the new look at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad, which makes me even more happy that Hot Toys was like, damn, we got to give them the rest of the Bad Batch. Maybe they had some sort of insight. It's very possible. But I'm glad that they decided to give us the rest of the crew in the red and black armor, because I'm not a huge fan of the new look either. I wouldn't mind Omega, though, with her kind of like slightly longer hair and her older look. I wouldn't mind her with the new gear. But I'm not... Honestly, if they release them again with that new gear, I probably wouldn't pick it up. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It's tough now because those recent vehicles... Yeah, definitely. Especially with that one being like over 600. Yeah, for sure. Jason said he didn't even watch the Bad Batch. Jason, come on, man. Being that you're one of my friends, you got to watch the Clone Wars. I always talk about the Clone Wars, and I talk it up a lot, and it's for good reason. Bad Batch, like whatever.
He will talk you into the oblivion until you do.
Exactly. Lane knows. What's up, Harpo? Good to see you, man. He said he's curious if they'll give us a story behind the outfit changes. Yeah, I hope so, and I think it's obvious that they will. I think it's going to be their kind of transition, like, hey, we don't want to be even associated with who we were now that they're fleeing from the Empire and they want to kind of start anew. It makes sense that they would change their look. I just don't like the look that they changed to. This is a great shot with the vibro blade here. That's kind of like Hunter's best accessory, in my opinion. So cool, man. That head sculpt is just so nice. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Looks so good.
And it should be better if it's anything like we saw with Echo.
Yeah, right. They improved a lot, and we're going to show the convention photos of Echo if you guys didn't see him. Like, they improved that head sculpt quite a bit. And we're all kind of worried. But yeah, you can see he comes with a decent amount, and I really love these bases. These bases are cool.
And he's $250.
Right. So it's like you could see the kind of pricing situation we're dealing with right now, guys. Like Lane said earlier, like with Taskmaster and Hunter here, $250 is kind of unheard of for a figure with a head sculpt and all of these accessories anymore. Like, you're not going to see that pricing anymore, unfortunately. This price point here, this is a $285 figure easily.
Well, I mean, Echo.
You should, dude. You definitely should. Right. Yeah, Echo, you'll see. Echo comes with a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah, when we get to him here.
Definitely have to, Jason, when you get a chance. I hope so, man. Boston, you know I love my 2-packs, so I really hope that we get some more 2-packs in the near future. Every time I think they're going to do a 2-pack, like the R2 and the C-3PO, we don't get a 2-pack, so I'm hoping
I
we
think
get more
we're
two-packs
I think
soon.
we're gonna have to be happy with the individual releases. For
Oh,
this
I
year.
agree. No, trust me, I agree. I just love the 2-pack box, and I love that they throw like special accessories in there because usually when they do 2-packs, not always, but usually in the past they've actually released the other figure. Boba was kind of a unique situation.
I'm on an anti big box run
Me
right
too,
now.
clone.
Since like I think to mail off the Wonder Woman 84 Deluxe that I had gotten and I sold to somebody, it costed me almost $60 to send it to them.
Yeah, that's a massive box though. Like that's bigger than the Boba Fett 2-pack box. I could just tell
Yeah.
by the photos.
I know. I'm still waiting. Like,
me too, Boston. I still have to pre-order both of them. I know it's bad because at this point they're getting ready to release here in a few months, but I'll be picking them up soon. Once we get that warning, once the first people get theirs, I'll be like, cool, time to pre-order.
yeah, the good thing is though,
What's good, Railcar? What's up, man?
where these guys are probably not gonna. These guys are
Pirate
definitely
ship.
not gonna.
Yeah, you
have,
should have used pirate ship.
Yeah, these guys are not gonna have like huge production runs.
No, not at all.
This is not something though. At the same time, like same thing we were talking Taskmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like
she's a small batch too, for sure.
Yeah, but you're not going to have to run them like worry necessarily they're going to sell
Right.
out within a couple months. If you're interested in these, or they come out, or like you see it looks like they can fit into your budget, or maybe there's some figures you were looking at that you had on order or were considering getting, but you change your mind on them, or whatever.
Yeah,
these might be a good one to add if you're a Clone Wars collector because they can fit in a lot of different places. They can fit in your regular Imperial, or they can fit in Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones when they come out, or whatever. They can fit with a lot of stuff.
The helmet looks great. So Clone Trooper's asking us about Echo. He's saying, "What's up with the Inspector Gadget? Great show, by the way. I love Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget's awesome."
Don Adams, man.
Yeah, I think my theory with those attachments is one, they either had access to concept art when they first started developing these figures for the show, or two, maybe they're going to show up in the future and they knew that they were only going to do one of these figures, so they decided to include them all now. Those are my two theories. Take that what you will. I don't really know. There's no concrete answer on that, but that's what I personally think.
I just thought one looked like a giant like swoop bike cleaning brush.
Yeah, pirate ship's a great option. I know the thing that gets me is the little fist. That's the attachment that I love. We'll pull that up here in a second. But he looks great, man. Like the Bad Batch is just so unique, and I love the different little markings on their armor and such, kind of their personalized touch on everything.
I think the comma actually looks really nice on him.
Oh yeah. I love the cut off here with the red. It looks really nice. So guys, like you can see this sculpt is like, and Lane and I have talked about this plenty of times. Like the sculpt doesn't look great in these photos, and you're going to see in better lighting, and maybe they made some improvements to it with the paintwork. I think they
improved it.
It looks really nice. I think so too.
He still kind of looks like Tamora Morrison does cosplay as Lobot, but
Right. So there's a little special fist arm.
Yeah, and
I believe this extends, right? It extends out of the arm, which is funny. Railcar Boy said the box is massive for the Han Solo and Carbonite from Sideshow. I don't own that figure, but I believe it. It looks really massive in pictures. What's up, Bob? How's it going, man? He said, I would love if Hot Toys made a Bespin Han and made the art box look like Carbonite, similar to what they... I agree, dude. I still think my favorite box in my collection is the DX-17 Maul. That box is amazing. And I wish they would have done that more. You know who else has a really nice box? And a few of the figures. In the Rogue One line, the Deluxe figures in the Rogue One line had super nice boxes for no reason. I guess they just decided to soup them up for the Rogue One line. But they're really cool. He looks scary here. Yeah, he does. I mean, like, he looks scary overall because he's kind of like a cyborg that shouldn't be alive. But
yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna say he has a little bit more dead, serious look. Like your soul is mine. Time to Electro saying "sung you."
Don compared him to RoboCop on the last stream, and I think that was a perfect example because that's kind of what RoboCop is.
Yeah, he does kind of have the Alex Murphy without his helmet. The face mask visor on.
Great shot.
That's cool.
Man. And see, when I see stuff like this, I just imagine having the whole crew together and how amazing that would look. And I really, really am pulling for these figures. I hope we get them. The details in the armor, man, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
like these little scratch marks here.
Wars.
So nice. I love that little skull. Yeah, like stuff like this, man. That's such a random accessory, but it's so detailed and intricate. I just think it's so cool.
I can definitely say that it's probably not one that's going to come out.
Echo could convince me to have my dog step on a bee. That's funny, man. Oh, there it is. The magical extendo arm. Slap you in the face from across the room.
Does the fingers work, I wonder?
Good question. I mean, if you look closely here, it kind of looks like a joint. I don't know, though. What turns me off of that idea is the fact that it has these like little bracers here. I don't know if it's going to be bendable. Oh, and then he's got the meat tenderizer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That just looks stupid.
Yeah, that I wouldn't display. It looks really like rusty. Do you think he ever gets free? Oh, man. I regret reading that, Harpo. Stop it. Stop it. Daddy, chill, as Nate would say. Go Gadget. Wow, I missed that feature.
Yeah, Go Gadget.
Yeah, I think we missed a lot of these features.
That must be Wrecker's rump/pack.
This is cool. I'm not gonna lie to you though. This is cool. Anytime where they can include a grappling hook, I'm all for it. I think that's really cool. Or maybe it's a grappling arm and you just grab stuff out of your hand with it. Like, get that blaster out of my face. Bam. That's funny.
Oh, jeez, Andrew.
The Will Smith slap extender. He could slap you. He wouldn't have even had to walk on stage with that arm. He would just slap you from across the room. But yeah, guys, I mean, like Lane was saying, this is what you get for $285 previously. Like, look at the amount of stuff we got. And unfortunately, that has completely changed. I mean, look at figures like Kate Bishop that are slightly cheaper, $10 cheaper, but she has a bow and some hands, and that's it. And this, we get a helmet and a head sculpt. But definitely a really exciting release. Again, we're going to take it in a couple seconds here. We're going to take a look at his head sculpt from the Star Wars Celebration convention that happened this past weekend, and you'll see it's much improved in my opinion. Wrecker. So, guys, for me, I don't want to say, excuse me, I don't want to say it was holding me back, but I was really, really, really hoping to get Wrecker. So I'm really excited to see that we got him, and not only that we got him, but he looks great. I think they did a great job. Lane, I think you agreed that it looks like they probably used the heavy Mando body for this figure, which it seemed, as far as the proportions are concerned, I think that's accurate.
He does seem a little thinner in the chest area than.
He does. It may be a difference in the fat suit, which is definitely possible. See, bro, they keep taunting us with this crosshair. I mean, like, bro, who does not want this sniper? Even if you don't want to buy a crosshair, who does not want that sniper? Like, you could buy that sniper on Toy Anxiety or eBay, excuse me, and it could go with anything. Like, come on now. This is such a sick figure.
Now, here's one question for you. Since how we've seen, do you think Wrecker and Crosshair will come without head sculpts, though? I know we've had discussion a little bit.
It's a very tough question. I would hope that they would include head sculpts just because the other figures in the line have them. However, that doesn't guarantee us anything. I mean, perfect example, we have Cosca Reeves has a head sculpt. Bo-Katan has a head sculpt.
Axe Woves, they said
Axe Woves does not. And I don't think they're going to... That's not going to be one where they surprise us with a head sculpt because it's a $235 price point. So there's no way they're going to be like, here you go, head sculpt, surprise everybody. We're not getting a head sculpt on that figure.
Tee-hee.
So it's hard to say. I will say, though, sometimes at these cons, when it's a first look, they do like to not show you the head sculpt. So it's still possible for Wrecker. Crosshair worries me, though, because we saw Crosshair last year. So I'm a little worried that we're not going to get the head sculpt, at the very least for Crosshair. And obviously that's concerning because if you're someone like me who likes to display them with both the helmet in their hand and the head sculpt on, you would like to have a head sculpt for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, not at all. We were talking about this the other day. Like, that dude is rolling in the dough. And no spoilers, but you know where he showed up recently? Like, they're going to be using his likeness until that man dies. Absolutely. But yeah, this, you guys can see we were talking about the improvements made to the head sculpt. It looks like the shading under the eyes might be a little different for sure. And maybe they changed up the sculpt a little bit itself. We actually still have the pictures up here. We can kind of look at them side by side as best as possible. But you can see here, you see that shading under his eyes? It doesn't look like it's present here, at least not as much. And I think that helps a lot with the overall look because I think he looked a little too fleshy in this one. He almost looks like an old man in the eyes. But definitely looks a lot better here. And it could be lighting. Lighting could be part of it as well. Yeah, I think you're right there, TK. I think you have a better chance of me changing back to my old name. Andrew said, I just want to see the live-action interpretation of the Bad Batch team's fate. Me too, man. Like I said, Wrecker is easily my favorite Bad Batch member, and that's the figure that excites me the most. Even though they all excite me, that's what excites me the most. So I really, really hope that we get that, especially with the damaged eye. Like, I think they could just take that and run with it. It would look really incredible. So I really hope we get that sculpt. I really, really do. I think we had a... Okay, so we do have a kind of an over-the-shoulder shot of Wrecker here. I mean... Can't go wrong with the detail on these figures again, man. Like the scratch marks, the weathering, it's just so nice. And I love the little placement of the skull here. It just looks so nice, and the detail is just awesome. Definitely can't go wrong. And I'm really excited to see these figures in full. We got a nice full-on front shot of Echo's face here. And again, I think they did improve the paint apps here. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Really excited to check this figure out in person, that's for sure. Another shot of his armor here with the amazing weather and detail. While we're in here, might as well talk about another one that a lot of people are concerned about, and that's the Cobb Vanth. One, because we haven't seen him go up for pre-order, and this is another one that we saw a while ago. But two, like, here's another one, guys. Like, if you look closely, this piece is reused from the, I think Jog likes to call it the bird poop boba.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely reused from that 2-pack boba. He was also releasing a single pack. But this is a reused piece, so that tells me this might be a figure that they just quickly piece together because it's easy money for them. So that might mean that they don't spend the time to make a head sculpt for it, which is definitely unfortunate because obviously we all want to see Timothy Oliphant's face on this figure. I am holding out hope that we will get that, but I think out of all of the ones that we may not get a sculpt for, this might be one of them, unfortunately. I just think it's too easy for them to throw this together and call it a day.
Let's just see if we get it available for pre-order. At this point,
Let's Railcar Boys said, "How's your night going, man?"
Oh, my night's going fine. Long day at work. Joy to be here. Having a fellow streamer who was nice and flexible.
Heck yeah, I'm the most flexible.
That sounded kind of wrong.
If you ever want to come on the stream, let me know. I'm the most flexible.
Boy, that sounded even worse right there.
Speaking of coming on the stream, Boston Collectors needs to get his butt on here. I'm tired of telling you, man. I'm tired of telling you. It's like, that's my boy. Boston will definitely join us when he has the time. Absolutely, he will. Again, if you haven't checked out Boston's channel, definitely go check him out. We always give him a shout out when we can because he has an amazing channel and he's a great friend. So, she is very gorgeous to me. I had to hit him with it. But Boston says there are quite a few figures from the Bad Batch that I would like to see, honestly. However, glad to hear that the whole team is coming. TK Troopers, Gregor. There's so many options for figures from the Bad Batch because obviously even young Kanan. I know a lot of people would probably be interested in that figure. Definitely would love to have you on, man. Whenever you got the time, you know I'm waiting for you. Andrew says, I'd rather have them just release Cobb with the head sculpt. I agree, man. I would perfectly be fine if they took the armor away and just had him in his normal martial gear. I think that would be really cool, too. Unfortunately, again, this just seems like a lazy release because it's easy for them to reuse parts. So I don't know if we're going to get that head sculpt, unfortunately. I'm just going to go through I know you guys are probably bored of talking about these, but I kind of want to hear everybody's opinion. We got more to go through, but I'm kind of stalling until Chris gets here because I'm trying to hold off our Darth Maul unboxing here. Excuse me. Let me put it in frame here. I'm trying to hold off the Darth Maul unboxing until Chris gets here. So hang in with us. We're going to go through a few of the more exciting releases that we saw from Star Wars Celebration. So, oh yeah, that's a good point, Boston. I completely forgot about Grand Moff Tarkin. That'd be really cool if we got like a younger Tarkin from the Bad Batch. I know a lot of people are hoping for a reissue. But, I mean, it just didn't make sense. He was way older in the OT version, so. I think Hot Toys has been working on the sculpt, which is why it's taking... I hope so, man. Again, it's hard to say because they have so much on their plate. And, again, it seems very easy for them to just throw it out there. But we'll see. Guys, if you don't know, you can still pre-order the Clone... Can't even talk.
Clone Trooper.
Thank you, Jog. The Chrome Clone Trooper and the Chrome Death Trooper, you can still pre-order them. I believe you still need a code, but I know Autumn from Sideshow, if you're on the Let Your Geek Sideshow page, I know she's been throwing them out to people who need them. And last I checked, the free shipping option was still available, which will save you like $20 if you're on the East Coast because shipping is getting expensive. So definitely grab these if you're interested in them while that promo is active because we all love to save money. Here's our baby. I will say, though, we talked about this before. In this picture, he doesn't look too hot. And it's definitely the angle because obviously we saw some live footage of people recording the booth, and it looked way different than this photo. Definitely a bad angle, but I am really excited for this Death Trooper, and I'd like to know, and the reason I want to go over these again is, like, in the chat, are any of you guys in the chat interested in these figures? Because I know they kind of don't fit in some people's collections, but some people might be interested because it's an exclusive. So Jog's showing us here just to tempt you. This is his Mando Death Trooper, I believe.
Do you need some Death Troopers today? I need to be in your collection.
That's all you're getting out of them.
Death Troopers today.
That's all you're getting out of them.
Yep. But, well, no, I could get out of him some like or something like that they always would speak in gibberish.
Jason said, I think that's going to be a lot of people's feelings on these figures.
Well, you know what, Jason? Nah, I'm getting. I have one already pre-ordered of the Chrome Death Trooper.
So since Jog's saying his, I keep calling you Jog because everyone's calling you Jog from the Discord. Lane, since Lane is getting,
I didn't say
telling you
anything.
that he's getting his. I'm getting both. I'm getting one of each. That's all I need. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but this might be a figure I get it in hand, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but I still wanted to check them out just to give it a chance. Because I do think these are a bit more pleasing to the eye than the other Chrome Stormtroopers that we saw in the past.
Yeah. I'm just not in with somebody with the Chrome Clone Trooper just it didn't hook me. Now, I'm more predisposed to the Death Troopers. And also the price point being $230, $245, because I didn't have one of these guys planned, and we don't. And guys, just one thing, because I know there's a little bit of hype with these because they're not making tons of these, but these were exclusive makes too.
Exclusive.
Yeah, but don't forget, in less than probably about 6 or 7 weeks, if even that many, maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks, we're going to be having the Toy Fair exclusives that'll be getting announced and stuff. Now,
and it's going to be the same situation.
Yeah, where obviously some of those aren't going to come till the middle of like a year and something from now. Like, we're still waiting on the Iron Strange and the Armorized. I think that's a figure that people are going to pick up. That everybody says they're right as it comes out. Armorized Deadpool and some of those. No, TK. But we've got those coming here in the near future, not too far away. So if you're a fan of these troopers, if you're a big clone fan, like you own, I don't know, 3 or 4 of the 501st or something, or you own a couple of that in the Coruscant cards, that means the clone trooper aesthetic is probably your preferred trooper aesthetic. So getting one of those guys for it, I mean, obviously canonically it doesn't fit, but that guy you can just fit in there as maybe a centerpiece for a while or something, and until
Agreed.
The vehicles come in 2023 or something.
Yeah. So Clone Trooper says he's getting one of the Chrome Death Troopers. Good choice, man. Don Prime made a good point on our last stream. You can kind of, if you have other Death Troopers, you can kind of use this Chrome one as like your own like higher ranking Death Trooper, and I like that idea. It's nice to kind of create your own world in your display. So I think that's a cool idea too. If you already have some Death Troopers, you can kind of mix it up and make one like the Commander and push him in the front, or make, you know what I mean? Kind of make your own world. So TK is saying he thinks the 2 codes that were posted in the Facebook group might still work. Also, it's to note that, and it might not still be the case, but before the codes were multi-use, it was kind of just giving you access to the page. So definitely try that out. If you see those codes on the page, they might still work. Andrew said, I would pre-order the Chrome clone, but when I saw Vader being re-released and Scarlet Witch from Doctor Strange 2 being released, I see what you're saying, man. Those are definitely more important figures for my collection, too. If I had to choose between those, I would definitely go the route you went. One, the new Vader is going to be really awesome. They said that there were some accessories that they didn't show, so I'm hoping we get something cool. I'm not going to say anything spoiler-related about Kenobi, so I'm going to leave my thoughts on what the accessories might be out of that until maybe next week. But definitely some really good possibilities for some accessories with that Vader. And also that Wanda's incredible. Like that's easily the best Wanda so far, in my opinion, just based on how the head sculpt looks. We showed pictures last week of the head sculpt in hand for some in Hong Kong, and it looks amazing. So definitely
I'll
a
be
really
cool.
good
I'll be
choice.
cool if they do not do a 2-pack for Vader of that Vader, and then they do floating Anakin from from the end of episode 2. And
That'd be cool.
back to tank Anakin. I don't need that.
Yeah,
I don't need that figure.
yeah. Railcar Boy said, "Jog, what do you play on PS5?"
Well, mostly I've been recently playing Horizon 2.
Everybody speaks so highly of those games. Everyone says how great they
Well,
are.
I still have an unopened Regala edition.
I feel you, Jason. Oh man, you and your unopened stuff. You're more patient than I am. Yeah, Jason, like the Phasma, a lot of people talk crap about the Phasma. You can see I have her in my collection above my head here. She's not very posable, which sucks, but she looks incredible. I think the finish
That's
is
the
really
story
nice.
for almost anybody wearing Stormtrooper armor.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Jog already said no to this. He's not selling you his Chrome Trooper. Not yet, at least. I feel like the Chrome clone could actually be a character of its own. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, Andrew. Don't be afraid to kind of create your own characters with these like special one-off figures, because at the end of the day, it's your collection. Kind of display it how you want to display it.
Exactly.
Boston says Ben is Obi-Wan. Guys, I'm so sorry for the spoiler. I told everybody to chill out with the spoilers. I'm so sorry.
I am surprised, and I feel like this is something I should have known 40 years ago.
Yeah, Jason, it's almost like we knew this.
It's an intricate plot point that somehow I missed watching Star Wars: A New Hope 20 times.
Right. Another shot of the Bark Speeder.
Yeah.
Again, you guys have seen these. This is the sidecar version. Again, it's going to take up a lot of room, but it is really incredible. And the fact that you can swing this sidecar out is really, really cool. I really dig these new
The Fat Cutter's going to have
releases.
4 of these. Yeah, I agree.
Not 4 of them, just 1 of each. Here's a close-up shot of both of the new troopers here. They look really incredible. I love the Merce that the clone comes with. Can't go wrong with the Merce. Our boy C-3PO.
When I first saw that with C-3PO, I thought that was his middle finger up doing the bird for a second.
I hoped it was. I'm like, oh man, they made the fingers articulated, but no. Fortunately, they did not. There's our Reg shiny trooper.
Yep. So never fear, guys. Even though 501st, I don't know if the 501st went waitlist today.
Oh yeah, we're about to talk about that here in a second.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I think we've all seen enough of these photos here. Everyone's probably seen them a million times. The Dark Trooper's awesome, though, guys. The Dark Trooper's one that's probably going to be coming out within the next few months, so keep an eye out on that. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, like me, get your pre-orders in sooner than later.
So what do you think looks shinier, him, Moff Gideon's chest, or that Chrome Death Trooper? Because he looked pretty shiny. Say, hey, guys, so when you're looking at some figures, that Chrome Death Trooper, I know if you looked at the pictures, you could see... No. Yeah, we're just encouraging people to have trolling fake spoilers now.
I agree.
A couple of these figures, like this Dark Trooper, the Chrome Death Trooper. Like if you look back at the Chrome Death Trooper, you can see the fingerprints on that thing.
Yeah,
you're probably, if you have some if you have any statues, because I know like PCS always puts white gloves and stuff and everything for handling. Something like that when you're touching these guys might be a good idea to consider.
Yeah, if Bob's in the chat, you need your special black gloves when you're handling these figures.
Exactly, that is right. I totally forgot about the Bob Dylan
you need
special gloves.
You need the Bob Dylan special black gloves.
Bob Dylan, we need to know where we can order those special Bob Dylan.
We need to buy them in bulk for our Dark Troopers.
Yeah, so we can get them for our statue, the Bob Dylan special Hot Toys touching and statue and unboxing.
That's a long name, Lee. We're gonna have to shorten that name. That's a long name.
The hot.
We can't get a patent on a name this long. It's too expensive.
Yeah, well, sometimes things are just meant to be in the public domain.
Clone Trooper says Hot Toys needs to get that Vader up for pre-order to take advantage of the Kenobi hype.
I think they'll be fine. Whenever you put a Vader up, Vader's gonna sell.
Yes and no. Like Lane has a good point. Like Vader's gonna sell regardless. However, I think with this Vader, it may include stuff that might be in the coming episodes. They're going to have to wait to let
this
that
is
stuff
going to
be
be
shown.
the Thursday night, Friday after
Yeah,
Obi-Wan finishes in like
right,
3
because
weeks or
it
so.
could be
You'll see.
spoiler material, and they're gonna want to hold off on that. If so,
I just hope they have something better for Kenobi than how he's looked in the series for the first 3 episodes. Because
yeah,
honestly, I looked at that in Kenobi, how he's looked so far, and I was just like, man, this makes me really just wish I had the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan instead, because
yeah.
his look has just been.
I only have 2 of those.
Everybody, here real quickly, please hide your eyes. 1, 2, 3, bird. There we go.
All right. Speaking of everybody, while you're here, if you would be so kind, please drop a like on the stream. It definitely helps us out a lot. We're still in our infancy stages here on Hot Toys Hotline, so we really appreciate you guys all being out here and participating. If you aren't subscribed, a lot of you that view us aren't subscribed because we can see that in the analytics for the channel. Please subscribe if you like what we do. That's all I want to say. Andrew said, imagine if Hot Toys is releasing Ayla as a convention exclusive. Dude, I would love an Ayla Sakura. The only problem is I feel like she would have seamless arms. So that's one obstacle that you have to get around with posing, because unfortunately with seamless arms, if you pose them too long in one spot, they do tend to break down over time. So that's the only thing about an Ayla Sakura figure. The other option would be they give us a robe and they give her like single jointed arms like they love to do with figures that have a specially colored chest. Maul.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she doesn't have coverings like like you'll see with the Ahsoka from Mando or something like that.
Right.
Where, unlike the Clone Wars one where you have to be a little bit static, that one, it just go crazy, man. Because if there's a little bit of tearing or something, you're not going to see it.
Right. TK, I'm not going to put that comment up because that's a little bit of a spoiler. Not a huge spoiler. I just don't. Anyone who hasn't seen it yet, I just want to preserve the magic for them. If we get
that is a cool moment.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agree. If we get, I can't talk. If we get that, we better get a Padme hologram. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've seen a Padme hologram yet with anybody, have we? Maybe Mace. Mace could include it just for shits and giggles. Maybe they'll give it to Mace as they like to do.
I will admit, if they don't put a Mace out, I'm going to torment poor Ares, the Dark Jedi.
Man, I'll be so upset if we don't get a Mace.
With Mace pancake comments, man, no force in the galaxy would be able to stop me. This side of a Death Star of me.
Our boy.
Doing my best Director Krennic impersonation, taking a Death Star laser gun blast to the face. Yeah, that is... So, hey, anybody...
Guys, who's getting Luke?
Yeah, I would... Thanks for stealing my question.
Go ahead, Lane. Go ahead.
You just literally...
Elaborate on it. Elaborate on it.
No, I just was asked, who in chat right now, is there anybody getting the Snowspeeder loop right now?
Thank you, Clone Trooper. Take care, man. Thank you for always coming out and supporting us. You have a great day, okay? Have a good one, man.
I have to say, I think the Luke without the helmet on, I myself am a little on the facial sculpt, but with the helmet on and the detail on the helmet for that, looks awesome to me. Like, just...
Yeah. Let's pull him up here real quick. Why not?
Yeah.
While we're talking about it, because it's such an incredible figure.
Sir, you're just not prepared, are you? For me to randomly tell you, hey, let's pull up this stuff. When I never said anything beforehand.
That's not the Luke. That's not the Luke we're looking for.
No, that one to the right was definitely not the Luke. That premium format.
No, thank you. This is horrible. I mean, it is only $103.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the Bespin Luke premium format statue you had up on the right there.
Oh, no. I've seen that one in person. It's rough.
That one is... So, hey, guys, if you've been looking off from the recent releases, if you want to see the, the General Anakin Skywalker from Clone Wars that Sideshow put out, if you want that guy to look like a sexy rock star and compare sexy rock star statue to you, like to convince yourself to buy it, you just need to pull up that Sideshow Bespin Luke. Look at that for 30 seconds. Then look at the Anakin Skywalker General Mythos one, and that will look suddenly a lot more Hayden Christensen than you originally saw before.
Yeah.
But this is like... I don't know what it about this is, but this has to do with Mark Hamill to me is just really annoying to try and turn into figure format. To me.
I like this sculpt. I think it's nice. I think it might be the hair throwing you off, but I will say I wish I had photos on hand of what he looks like from farther back. Because I think from farther back it definitely helps. Because obviously close up it looks like he has a mop on his head.
Well, that's true for a lot of figures though. If they're a foot from your face, I mean, that's when you notice like the deadpan look.
Right, it's not a flattering photo here. Railcar Boys is saying this is arguably a top 10 release from Hot Toys. And in regards to Star Wars, it very well could be. Very well could be. You see what I mean though? See how much it changes that hair.
I still don't love it with the helmet on. The helmet on, to me it looks dead on. Like that's amazing looking figure. Without it though, I would agree with you. I think the weathering and stuff in the material and how the flight suit looks and everything, I would agree maybe that might be one of the best ones. I think this one is probably one of they must have a lot of extra.
Yeah, they want to get those numbers up. That's good to know. Thanks for letting us know that, Boston. So guys, if you're going for the Chrome Death Trooper, sounds like you can get 2. And you don't have to make another account.
But I think like there with the helm on, I think it looks amazing. Like the weather.
Andrew agrees. He thinks the hair throws it off. I'm in the on the other side of the argument. I think the hair looks perfectly fine, but I have seen this argument from a few people, so I could see what you guys are saying. I do agree with Lane though. Like you guys know that I do like sculpt with helmet and hand on a lot of figures. This is one I'm definitely displaying with the helmet. It just looks too good.
Yeah, but just to be fair for like everybody in the chat and also Connor, I still feel like, because obviously this is an older one. Because I mean, this was announced four score and many years ago.
Right, during the Empire Strikes Back 40th, a little bit after.
Yeah, so I still feel this, but I feel the same way about like, I feel like this as well for like the Bespin Luke that's upcoming, and that one's brand new. That's like only 6, not even 2 months. I feel the sculpt for that one looks a little weird with the hair. Looks like we got a guest who's ready to join us.
Oh, we do. Guys, it's collecting madness. Late to the stream as always. Introducing Chris from...
Welcome, sir. You had good timing. You missed some stuff, but you got to talk about maybe not the most recent important figure that's been released or announced, but one of the most important characters from one of the most badass and cool scenes.
The last thing I remember is talking to Boston about Anne Hathaway.
Well, the Dab King.
Anne Hathaway is
not at all.
Let me ask you guys real quick. Chat. Sexier Catwoman, Anne Hathaway. We're leaving out some of like Michelle Pfeiffer and stuff. I'm talking about 2 most recent Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway. Action. We don't even have to talk about
or Zoe Kravitz.
Anne Hathaway by far, bro. I mean, they're both great looking. Don't get me wrong. That's not taking anything away from.
That's what I was saying.
But Anne Hathaway, bro, for sure.
I think Zoe Kravitz, just with her and her face, I think she looks better slightly. I mean, okay, we're talking about some of the
now
at the time,
maybe
whatever.
now maybe.
I mean, Hathaway's 10 years older. I mean, she's in her early 40s now,
right?
Or late 30s, like 40, whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But like, look at her back in the movie in 2011. I think you can make a case Zoe Kravitz because she didn't even have like. I mean, she spent a lot of the movie without any mask on whatsoever, which I always hate. I always like put them in some sort of mask if they're the character.
I agree. Yeah.
But I think Anne Hathaway, like with the goggle / mask thing she was wearing, I think she was better looking little bit. But we're talking like 8.5 to 9 to 9.5 or something. So nobody's a beat.
Right. No one's
sorry,
getting
not
left
to get
in
us
the dust.
Let's get back to Luke Skywalker because this guy's more to our nerdy hearts.
Yeah, so I just wanted to go through a few more photos here. We've talked about him before, but definitely an incredible figure. We'll take a look at the Bespin Luke real quick before we move on.
Chris, are you getting the Hawk?
I am not.
But are you getting the Bespin Luke?
I am not.
All right, we're kicking him off, man.
Okay, hey. we you just got, sir, your anti-Luke bias will not be tolerated here. We know you
There
are
we go.
pro-Palpatine for life. So
Nah,
anybody
Return
who
of the
messes
Jedi.
anybody who messes with your palps, they gotta go.
TK, are you talking the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group?
He's not getting either Luke. And he calls himself a Star. Well, I guess I'm on the fence too a little bit on both of these two.
I have my brother does the rest.
Are you
of
getting
the
Mando?
TK, this is if you're talking. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna send it in the chat. There you go. If you guys want to join the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group, I just dropped the link in the chat.
Are you at least getting the Mando Luke?
Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not because Return of the Jedi is
okay.
I'm not one to double collect, and I
hurting
feel like
Connor's
it's
brain
so
right now.
close. I feel like it's so close.
You're hurting Connor's brain. I can see it. The gears in his head are starting to break some springs because he's like, you're not getting a Luke Skywalker.
No, I get what he's saying. He doesn't want to like double and triple up like his brother does, and like I do.
Yeah, I
do
only
often.
so out of the 3 original trilogy movies, Return of the Jedi is my favorite. That's the one I want to collect, and I feel if I have Return of the Jedi Luke, I don't need him from. I don't need.
Yeah.
Do I have what?
Do you have the Jedi Master or the?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you should be good because that's my favorite look to him as well.
See, I'm all in on original trilogy Luke, so I won't buy any sequel trilogy Lukes just because I'm not a fan. But this one I'm actually getting 2 of, as I've said before. I'm grabbing 2. I'm doing a custom like Dagobah tank top Luke, and I have a little backpack here which I think I've showed before on stream. Let me grab it.
Hey Chris, I have a good idea. If Connor ever gives us a really hard time or something, what we just got to do is we'll have to combine money, buy a hobo Luke, and send that to him because it's going to send him into such PTSD.
Hey, I'll take it.
Right.
I don't care. Free figure. But you can see, these buckles were gold and I painted them silver, and I'm gonna do some weathering with some like paint that kind of looks like dirt. But I stole this. This is from like an old 12-inch Hasbro figure. It had a Yoda in it. I'm gonna buy a sideshow Yoda to put in here. But yeah, that's gonna go on my custom Luke. No, he'll fit all the way in there. Like this can fit a full. Like it's giant. Like I wish I could show you how big it was, but.
Well, I have to say the Bespin Luke. Because this isn't my favorite scene. My favorite is still like I prefer the duel with the Emperor and all that stuff in Return of the Jedi because that has maybe before they completely effed it up with when they put it on streaming and stuff. Like one of my favorite moment of original trilogy with like Darth Vader is when Luke's getting barbecued and you just see his head going back and forth and Luke's like yelling for his help and everything. Luke's just so overwhelmed by the Emperor's power.
Right.
And Vader, before he started going, no, and when he just had the face, they had to add that garbage.
I also like his green lightsaber. It's also when he came into his own, so it wasn't his father's.
I agree.
He was like doing his own thing.
Like for me, you'd be surprised. As much as I love Empire Strikes Back, it's my favorite movie of all time. The Return of the Jedi, all black look with the white collar showing. That's my all-time favorite look. Look for Luke.
Yeah.
So I totally agree there. TK says the only way to pass up on this Luke is if you don't have the DX. I'm assuming he's talking about the original DX07 release. I agree with you, man, but also like I do see where Chris is coming from. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's expensive.
My brother does the other OT, so if I ever want to see it,
Boston.
I just go to
PG in here, Boston. Stop it.
Yeah. Well, no. Here.
I'll show you.
My saber is bigger than yours.
Gotcha.
But I can see, especially with some of the thing, because there's just I can see also in this Bespin Luke, for as much as people have been talking about it, there is the stupidity of it's the DX and the Deluxe. I'm sorry. I know I may sound kind of crazy, like why are you hung up on this? I'm like, do you understand you're calling it a Deluxe? How stupid that sounds. Like, how does it not add in somebody's marketing brain that Well, a DX is short for deluxe, and we're telling him it's a deluxe.
Right. So glad that it included this. Just a side note. And the deluxe, we get this.
Yeah, I know, for $60.
That's
well, 60 bucks you get the base and that. I mean, the thing is, here's the thing, guys. It's like, if you take this stuff out and resell it, you're going to make so much more than 60 bucks. You can sell this base alone for almost 60 bucks. Mm-hmm. I don't think you guys realize like this Vader helmet on the secondary market before was selling for like almost $300 on eBay. So
yeah, I
spend the 60 bucks, fund half of your figure.
Yeah, now if I get this guy, it's just going to be the normal one because I don't care about the
fair
base, and I don't.
If you don't like reselling stuff, I get it. But if you're fine reselling stuff, buy this and resell the parts. Trust me.
Well, that's what I had someone tell me because they said if you ever sell your Stormtrooper commander because I've got the Jedi Patrol blaster and I've got the backpack. Someone said we should sell this separately. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I sell it all together? Because that makes it a unique figure.
There you go, Lane. He said, don't get me started on the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker marketing. Collector's edition, DX Deluxe Special Edition, Exclusive Edition. Bro, they're just throwing every type of edition. Ship it. Put it in the bag.
I would swear that name, that marketing was like the same guy who was working for EA back in the day who decided that they had a game. It was an expansion to one of the Lord of the Rings games, Battle for Middle-earth 2. Mm-hmm. They literally did a title of it was an expansion, like it was a single expansion. Name of the game was Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth 2, which is already a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
Then they added Rise of the Witch King expansion set. That's 14 worlds long.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Sometimes you just got to keep it short and sweet. Furbo said, don't forget the side. Yeah, everything is Sideshow exclusive at this point, and there's nothing exclusive about it.
Yeah.
All right, so big topic of the day, guys. I know you guys knew that the Deluxe 501st hit waitlist, right?
Yep.
But what happens when the Deluxe hits waitlist?
Everybody buys the regular one.
And so does the standard. So, guys, officially, I think this is it for these figures. We might see some more pop up as far as Sideshow is concerned. I think this is it. I know Maul, we kind of predicted the little fake out over the weekend. Maul, believe it or not.
That thing really like abrupt all of a sudden.
Right. So this guy actually hit waitlist over the weekend, and he went back in stock on Tuesday. He is on in-stock status, though, so he's ready to ship on Sideshow. But guys, like this is a sign of what these Bark Speeders did for these 501st figures, and we talked about this on the stream. We said that people are going to start buying these up, and this is what they did.
And they had a great price sale point. Like they wanted to try and get rid of these.
Right, and Sideshow knew. It was just perfect timing. They came out with the Bark Speeders, and they're like, cool, let's throw them a coupon, and I bet you they'll buy up these 501st, and that's exactly what happened. Chris, I don't know, do you have any of these 501st in your collection, or just Kevin have them in the case right now?
I do. I have.
You do have some. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it was good that you were able to get some before they sold out on Sideshow.
I
have two Deluxe myself.
Yeah, my comic store has 6 left. Kevin picked up another one today.
Of course he did.
They have 6. Yeah, they have 6. It's up in there.
Isn't it kind of crazy? Isn't it kind of crazy that they just sold out though before the Coruscant guards when like they barely made almost like one batch of the Coruscant guards?
And here's the thing. Here's probably why that happened. This Clone Wars Maul didn't do as well as they thought it would because of the head sculpt and the neck and such that people had issues with. And this Maul was a huge selling point for those Coruscant guards. So some people might have just said, screw it, I'm not getting that Maul, so I don't need the Coruscant guards. So it's unfortunate that the Maul kind of made those figures take a hit as well, but I guarantee you that was a big selling point for a lot of people. Boston says you can't beat 10% off and $5 shipping. I agree. I mean, and especially if you didn't have any, like, this is a no-brainer in my opinion.
Weren't they 15% off? I thought they were 15.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe these were 15. Yeah, maybe these were 15 and the Coruscant was 10. Either way, 10 or 15 and $5 shipping, no matter how you swing it, it's still a great deal. Guys, if you know of any comic shops that have online sites, definitely check them out because they're still going to have them in stock for a little bit. That's usually what happens when stuff sells out. But you got to remember, not only are you looking, but everyone else is looking. So if you're interested in these figures,
don't go spending $300 or something on these guys.
Retail.
Right now.
We're talking for retail. So check out like your Pop Culture, your local comic shops. I don't know if like places like Collector's Own and stuff still have them. I don't know. Also check what's his name, Josh's website, Lane. Why am I not remembering the name of his website? I'll remember it later, and I'll let you guys know. I don't know why I'm
I know who you're talking about when you said
Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon's website. I don't know why I'm not remembering.
I don't go to that one.
He said it was 10% off. But anyways, guys, just you get the point. If you know of any like local comic shops that sell online, check their websites because it's most likely that a lot of them still have them in stock. Comic Concepts. Thank you.
You can maybe check Toy Dojo, which is like local here, who sells a lot of stuff and everything they do online, so they might have still some in stock too.
All Time Toys, that's a place near us, not far from Chris and I. They sell online as well, so definitely check them out and see if anywhere, any local comic shop that sells online.
And hey guys, if you are considering maybe doing a Coruscant card, they're still 10% off.
Okay, that's good to know. Very good to know, guys.
So
like you can't go wrong with these figures.
Or something like that might be worth using on it.
Yeah, for sure.
For $250, if you can get them that price, then get them.
You can find these guys for retail, man.
I unboxed a regular clone on my channel, but I kept talking about the deluxe. And like, if you can get the deluxe for like that $30 extra, you can do so much with them. Definitely.
Well worth it. I mean, you can see up here, these are the deluxe exclusive accessories. And I mean, that's a lot for $30. Like, again, I keep going back to what you would pay for these on the secondary market. You're paying $30 just for that rotary blaster on eBay. Yeah. So definitely worth it. You can mix and match. And especially since we have all these different clones coming out, the 332nd helmet is invaluable in my opinion. The rotary blaster. Guys, the heavy trooper does not come with a rotary blaster, which is crazy. It doesn't come with any heavy blasters. So you could take this rotary blaster and throw it with your heavy trooper that comes with the bark speeder.
That's my favorite.
Or this backpack. This backpack can go in anything. It could go in the reg troopers too. It could go in your shiny clone if you want it to. So you have a lot of options with these deluxe troopers. I know Boston Collectors, who's in the chat with us, he definitely took advantage of a lot of these accessories that came with the 501st troopers. So it's definitely a good idea to do so.
Yeah.
So it looks like, never mind about pop culture. It looks like they sold out during their last sale. Thanks for letting me know that, TK. They're just one of the ones that usually has stuff when everything is sold out. They still had Two-Face. I got Two-Face from them for $105 not long ago when they had their big sale that you're referring to. When 501st come with heavy weapons, yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. Although I know Boston knows the 501st did not come with hands to hold the rotary blaster, which is super dumb, but what are we going to do? Yeah, go for it, Furbo. Absolutely. Furbo, guys, if you're looking for a 501st, apparently Furbo has a website here that has the 501st troopers in stock. Definitely take advantage of that because, again, once this stuff sells out on Sideshow, everyone else is doing the same thing. They all start scattering on the web to find these figures, so definitely take a look. Yeah, Boston, I'm sorry to bring it up, man, but it just bothers me every time I think of it. But we made it work, though. That's okay.
Yeah, I got it to work.
$235. There you go. That's a great price, especially since people are already trying to charge $300. I got it to work, too. Mine's just kind of holding like that.
Yeah. Not even an hour. And two people were like selling for $300.
If someone tried to tell me that, I would tell them to go stick their head in the toilet.
Right.
But that's me.
All right, guys, so we're going to check out a third-party release here. We're going to move on from the 501st because you guys get the point. Yeah.
Get him where you can!
But, so I'm sorry I'm on a forum, but this figure is so new, a lot of websites don't have it. And the one website that had photos, which was Stupid Comic Sanctorum, the photos were not properly cycled through, so it was just really annoying. So we're going to go on this forum here. But guys, we got Zemo. It's not the Hot Toys Zemo, unfortunately, but this is a Toys Era third-party Zemo.
Didn't they show it? Hot Toys show like a really terrible looking prototype of him, like Sideshow Con last year or something.
I don't think. Let me see. Sideshow coming soon. Let's see if he's on the coming soon page still.
I thought I remember seeing one with him having his gun and then wearing his mask.
I don't think it was terrible. Yep, here it is right here. I don't think it looks like garbage. I mean, we didn't get to see much. That's it, really. But I mean, let's compare it here while we have this open. I mean, obviously,
I think the mask looks better on the other one. But...
On the third party?
No, on the other one.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. The eyes and everything. I think the jacket looks better, too. Look at the detail here on the jacket. And then look at the third
And the
party.
fur too.
Yeah, the fur as well. Fur here.
Yeah,
fur
well,
here.
you already know I was not a fan just when you first pulled this up earlier.
Yeah.
I just
the belt,
kind of like
the belt area looks nice. Do we have a shot of the belt on this one? No, because they don't.
Well, does good though.
They do. I've been told that they're hit or miss when you actually get the stuff in hand. It depends on what the figure is. I'll be honest with you. I don't think this head sculpt is that bad. I really don't. Now, this is one of those sculpts you see it in person, and it might be completely different.
If
it might be
$200, are you willing to buy it?
So this is actually the price point on this one's $155, I believe, from 1/6 kit. Not great. Third party is definitely creeping up in price, but it's still very cheap compared to what we see with the official releases and Hot Toys and such.
Facial sculpt isn't awful, but it does look like he has too much Botox in his.
Oh, I agree. It's not perfect, and the mouth is a little odd. I see what they were going for here, but not a huge fan of the mouth. But again, it's not a terrible figure. It's just I wish. I mean, this is bad. Like that does not look like a gold Desert Eagle. Like let's compare. That's what a gold Desert Eagle looks like. This is yellow. Like that's bad.
And you can tell it looks plastic.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could see where Hot Toys is outshining them. But for people who really want this character, might not be a bad idea. Now, if Hot Toys is in this mode right now where they're like trying to show third party what's up, and every time third party drops something, they're going to be like, cool, let's pull out of our vault of prototypes and release it. You guys might want to wait to see what happens with Hot Toys because they might decide, hey, it's time to release Zemo. Let's drop them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talked about, Taskmaster, which felt like kind of a strange character for them to pull out because...
Definitely, yeah.
And they probably were proved right overall how sales are going to look on that figure. A year from now when it's going to be 15% off or something like that on Sideshow.
Chris, would this be a figure if Hot Toys release it? Would this be something you grab? Probably not, huh? It's not really in your realm.
Nah, it's not.
No. I probably would get it just because I really like the character, but is it one I'm like super pressed on? No. Yeah, I agree. It looks nice.
To me, I would have, for me to get it, I would have had to be getting like the Falcon and Winter Soldier from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I agree, Jason. A lot of people don't. I would personally want it because I enjoyed the character, but yeah, a lot of people don't want a Zemo. But with that being said, this is a cool release.
He also only wore the mask for like one scene.
Yeah, but it still looks cool.
If he was actually wore the mask more like Zemo. This is always, of course, my problem with
pre-order bonus.
Is we don't get to see the characters actually wear the stuff they normally wear in the comics and stuff, because we got to see the stars' faces, or even if the star, I mean, except for like Carl Urban when he was Judge Dredd, who, he literally refused. He said, "If I'm on screen, I have to be wearing the helmet."
Yeah,
and he did the entire movie because he partially said, "I need to wear it," and he insisted on it.
I would hope the Hot Toys one comes with it. Yeah, it does. Again, the jacket's not strong in my opinion. I think again this collar area is really weird and it's not accurate. Yeah. $155, cool, but definitely not a must buy.
If you have a lot of Hot Toys figures you're having to pay for in the next month or so, or 12 scale or something,
pass on this one. The more exciting of the third-party releases that we heard about in the last day would be these guys here. So there's actually two of them. That's why I say these guys. And this is from a familiar face in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man department. This is Thunder Toys. I believe this is Kevin had the Thunder Toys Spidey on pre-order, right? And it fell through. I think that was Thunder Toys, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember off the top of your head? I think it was.
Yeah, it was the Thunder Toys. I was really excited to see that one because I think it looks good. A lot of people hate on it. I think it's slept on, but yeah, it
might be a blessing in disguise, though. This is really cool, man.
Yeah, it was with a company that shall not be named, I guess.
It's like Voldemort.
Yeah, it's just bad.
But yeah, this is cool, guys. Like this is the type of custom stuff, or third party rather, that I like to see. Because this is something like Hot Toys is never going to give us.
It was paid for. They said it was shipped, and then a few days later, he got a thing saying sold out. Your order's not fulfilled.
Yeah, it sucks when that stuff happens because you get your hopes up and you're like, cool, my Spidey's about to come, and then something like that happens.
Yeah, and got a shipping notice. Yeah,
right. But this is really cool, guys. This Spidey right here from Thunder Toys, which we're talking about, like I love the symbiote taking over the normal suit. This is just really cool, and I think it's well done. I hope in person it looks as wet as it does
Honestly,
in the pictures.
Spidey does look like he just fell into a pile of sewage to me.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of what...
I know, with this stuff there, but that's just what I think of.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, though. I mean, you're not wrong.
Or he ran into that giant tar monster from season 1 of Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to call it. I don't think it's... Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to call it. I don't think it's going to look as good as it does in these pics.
Probably not, because it is Thunder Toys, and they're not, like, super reputable yet. Doesn't come with much. I don't know if this is going to be a 2-pack or what, because we do have a black suit Spidey. I don't know why they continue to make Tobey Maguire so damn chunky with all these third-party figures. Like, yeah, he was a bit thicker. Right, but he was not that thick. Like, this looks like the original Hot Toys Spidey, which makes me think they kind of copied them, which they probably did. This is cool. I'm sure in person this will look like junk because it's a third-party release, and they probably didn't spend a lot of time on it. But cool nonetheless. It's cool that it includes it. Not big on that little symbiote hand. I think that looks kind of cheap. But overall, I think these are cool releases, and I think it's a good time for a third-party company to capitalize on this because Hot Toys has taken their sweet time with our Andrew and our Toby Spideys.
Yeah. I think if I was going to get one of these, though, it would be the black one.
Yeah, me too, just because it's one they're never going to do again, like that original one. And the original one's kind of like aged very poorly, in my opinion, and the sculpt that it comes with is really bad, so... But if we don't have any more comments on these figures, I think it's time for Mr. Maul to be unboxed finally from his literal prison.
I delivered him the other day, and the box was small. I was surprised.
Yeah, it's very slender. Actually, my box came in a little ripped up, and I'm hoping Sideshow will replace it. But let me pull up my solo screen here. Here we go, guys. I've been holding it since Tuesday, practicing Lane's patience to open them. So let's get them opened up here. I did take a little bit of a peek inside the box, but it was very brief. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing wrong with them, so when I opened them on stream, we didn't have any surprises. So
you wanted to sniff them off camera.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to take a big sniff. So it's still going to be a huge surprise to me because I haven't articulated them or anything. Definitely a really unique box. We haven't seen a box like this before from Hot Toys. You'll see why in a second if you aren't already aware. I'll take it off on camera. So you take the slip cover off. And this is your Mandalorian Sarcophagus. This is from the Season 7 of the Clone Wars. You can see he's kind of peeking through there creepily. A little disappointed that they did this in box format. I was hoping, even though they said they were going to do it with the box, they were going to make it plastic, but they did not, guys. This is textured, which is cool. Like, it has a feelable texture on it, and it's a little bit rounded on the front. But this is, unfortunately, cardboard, so definitely bummed out about that. Let me take the lid off here. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look, it's me.
I wish they did do another sculpt, or, like, some way you could just have a sculpt in that window, too.
I think a lot of people are with you on that one. Really cool packaging, though. I love to see, like, unique packaging and kind of how they made it work here with this small box. I'm going to actually pull this whole thing out.
Yeah, that's one thing, like, for we were talking about Taskmaster. I think the box for the Taskmaster is actually one of the awesome-looking ones.
Man, I really do. So this is actually
Don't worry. You collect Hot Toys, you always have 5,000 of them piled somewhere.
Oh, I have more than 5,000 at this point. So, taking them out. That's all there is to it. Again, this is cardboard, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but what are you going to do? That's what we got. That's what you can expect for the price point. This is the lower tray. You can see all the accessories in here. We got the display base, the saber, and such. Let's get that pulled out. That's interesting. The hood is a separate piece. And it looks like it has Velcro.
Yeah, you have to kind of slide it in. There's 3 Velcro spots on the neck area underneath you.
Yeah, we will do that as best I can on camera. Yep, that's the hood.
Yeah, good luck.
And please, if you have them without the shirt on, put the belt on.
Right.
I've seen so many people do that.
Lightsaber looks good.
Really great.
Yeah, that looks clean.
Yeah, so how do you like this saber in comparison to like the one that came with them for the Solo?
Let me show you something.
See, what he's actually meaning is he's decided he's going to send me that Protarian Guard double blade. He just doesn't know it yet.
I actually have the shadow hilt from Galaxy's Edge, and this is the other half of this saber.
Oh,
that's
nice.
badass.
So that's pretty cool. All right. Back to our unboxing. So yeah, that's the hilt.
Which lightsaber do you like better, that one or the one that comes with Solo Maul?
I don't have Solo Maul, but I have seen the hilt. I remember I tried to buy him off of you, and he was already sold.
Yeah.
I have seen the hilt, and I do prefer this hilt. Not to say that I don't like the Solo Maul hilt, because I think it's really nice. I just prefer this one. There's your lightsaber light up arm. Nothing special.
What if you're smart? You'll never tie it and attach.
No, I will never use it personally. You do have his this little clone gauntlet communicator that he stole to kind of hear their comms. That's cool that they included that. Most people, I would say 95% of people will never display him with that. Let's go into our gloved hands because there's only 3 of them actually in the box. There's one that's kind of like a force gesture hand. I can get it to focus.
Yeah, you gotta have
really nice details. Yeah, I agree. I like using those. Here is a left lightsaber holding hand. And then here is... Oh, what am I doing? Going crazy. I need to stop unboxing on my keyboard. That's what I need to stop.
We just follow your example, sir.
Exactly. Here's the opposite side lightsaber holding hand. Really cool. We do have some skin colored hands, which are really cool to see. Because this is something I didn't see with my Phantom Menace Maul. So that's really cool. That's kind of like a open gestured hand.
Doesn't he have yellow like nails or something like that? I saw.
I can get that to focus. Hold on.
I never noticed that in the film.
It's not gonna focus, is it?
Yeah, it's one of the.
We can see it though. Like you can kind of make it out. So.
I'll try to get one of the other hands to focus. Maybe it just doesn't like that hand.
When you did that camera thing, it's a good thing you didn't see me with my pants down or something.
Here is the opposite of the same type of hand, just the opposite side. If it'll focus. Come on, show us the fingernails. Nope, it doesn't want to show us the fingernails, but you guys get the point.
Yeah, you can make it out.
Then we got lightsaber holding hands for both sides. So, kind of like the gloves, you got one for both sides. Oh, there it goes. We'll focus on... Oh, there we go. There's your nails. Look at the details on the knuckles, too. That's pretty nice. There you go. The fingernails are definitely kind of creepy, and I dig that. Let's move on from the boring hands. Definitely a really basic display base, unfortunately. Just says Darth Maul. But it looks nice. I'd rather have this than the sand base with the footprints any day, so I'll take that. Let's set the accessory tray to the side after I show you these, because there's not much else to show you. Never use these, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of the swooping blades, so not going to use those. And then a lot of people are always curious about the color on these. It is kind of pink, I'm not going to lie to you. But it'll do. It doesn't really bother me that much, so. Alright, let's move on to what everyone wants to see, which is the figure himself. Again, guys, I've only very briefly taken a look at him, so this will be kind of a first reaction for me too, because I just saw him with the plastic on his face. Let's do the big reveal. The head sculpt that everyone hates. Bam. I will say, he does look a little old. I think we can all agree there. Being that this is a Clone Wars figure, he does look a little old. This does have the DX style magnetic neck piece, which is why he kind of has the long neck that everyone keeps talking about. I don't know if this plastic's just going to pull out. It's probably not that simple. Yeah, we're going to take his shirt off and everything anyway, so I'll take that off then. But you can see that kind of sits on there. Now, if you tilt the head down, you can see it doesn't really have the long neck effect as much as you see in some pictures, but a lot of the pictures they're taking kind of like that. And you could see with just a little bit of adjustment, it looks really bad. But if you pose it properly, I don't think that's too bad in person. I'll be honest with you, I'm pleasantly surprised in regards to that. There's another shot at the sculpt. I didn't show it, but it does come with a little tool for the purse system to rotate the eyes. I just didn't show it. Let's get the plastic off here. Hopefully it doesn't take me a year to do, like Lane with his Spider-Man last week. Guys, I know I'm in the minority, but I really do like these here. Probably help if I took these out, huh? I'm in the minority here, but I really do like the Clone Wars Robo legs. I think they look really nice, and I like the futuristic look to them as opposed to the raw look with the Solo Maul legs. I still think these look really great. And yeah, I think they did a good job with the transition here. The transition point between the leg and the pants, I think it looks really nice. Let me take the plastic off of them.
Phantom Menace or no menace.
I'm just going to rip this plastic because I don't feel like pulling the hands off right this second. I was excited to see the little foam pieces on Boba Fett, or excuse me, Jango Fett last week, but it looks like they only did that for him. Sorry, I'm just taking the torso piece off here. Might have to rip this as well. Yep, I'm going to rip it. I don't know, guys. I mean, I think that's a great look. I'm going to try to pull the belt off here for you guys in a sec so you can see what he looks like with no shirt on, because I know a lot of people want to see that. But again, the sculpt is pretty nice. Now, I think the long neck is really going to come out when we pull this shirt off, so that's what I'm more concerned about. For those of you guys that want to do the shirtless look, it looks like this is just Velcro in the back, which is nice. He raises his arms up a little bit. Definitely, the shoulders are really tight on this one, guys. I could definitely tell you that.
I didn't notice until just seeing it on your video, like after seeing other reviews. Is that the tabard looking things? Are those pleather?
This is, let me see. It's like kind of like a pleather material, but it's not, it's like a pleather cloth hybrid. I don't think this would be like flake heavy, if that makes sense. This seems like a kinder material, if that makes any sense. I'm not too concerned about it. The tabard is Velcroed on. It looks like on the front and the back, so that's nice. Yep, so on the front and the back, it's just Velcroed on and it pulls off. I do dig this. I like that the transition is easy between the shirt look with the belt and the non-shirt look. So let me... So there's a little latch here, and we've seen that before with like the Han Solo from the Solo Deluxe for his coat. It's kind of similar to that. If I could get it off, okay. I'm going to have to pull his hands off here. Oh, God. Guys, we got those pleather sleeves again that were on the I'll show you here in a sec, that were on the DX-17. Those flake insanely easily. I think they were on the Solo Maul as well.
Yeah. I think people just take them off.
So just a note here, this is Velcro, so that's nice. Oh, fell off, didn't Velcro up, but that's Velcroed on, which is cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this shirt off. The body is a little tight because they do have single jointed arms, so the body kind of becomes tighter because of that. And I will stick the belt back on for Chris so he doesn't make fun of me. That's cute. He has a little plastic shirt on. Look at that look. I'm just going to leave him like this.
Absolutely.
See if I can get this untaped. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Take the head sculpt off for a second. Oh, so this is like, this is rubbery. That's interesting. I didn't expect that. I thought it would be a hard plastic. This is like, not rubbery as in silicone, but you could see here. Look, that's like, it's rubber. It's interesting.
It must almost be like Venom then. What do you think?
In a way, yeah. Just without, obviously, like the coating. I don't know, guys. I'll be honest with you. Like, the neck isn't that bad in person, and I'm pleased to say that. What I will say, though, is I don't think the head sculpt matches the body completely. That's pretty obvious, in my opinion. Let's stick the belt on, just for the effect here.
One thing that at least I'm upset about, is if they're going to go into the detail of like etching the head sculpt and painting it that way, they could have spent the time to do it to the body as well, especially for a figure like this for at least one time, because they're probably not going to do this again.
Right. I agree. But again, the head sculpt looks a little old. Is it nicer in person? Yeah. I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm liking this figure a bit more than I thought I would. I'll be honest with you. Will I be swapping it out for the DX17 head sculpt? Let's find out. How about this? Let me pan over to you guys, and I'm going to step back and grab my DX17 head sculpt, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like. I'm going to put all the clothes back on. So you guys keep everyone busy, and I'm going to pan back in once I grab the head sculpt off my Maul. Be right back.
I think it looks better with the Phantom Menace head.
I'm still not a huge fan of that Maul.
What, the Clone Wars one?
Yeah, the neck bothers me, man. I can't unsee having seen it.
You know what I feel like it also is? Not just the neck. It could be the different color and paint, so you notice it more, the separation, and then just that black neck, because there's nothing there.
Okay.
So, like, you don't really see, like, collarbone like us. You just see some, like, tattoos that stop way down here, and it could be making his neck look longer than what it is to the eye.
Yeah, like I said, in person, I think the neck is way smaller than it appears to be. Brenton, it looks like the portrait is the exact same on the solo, by the way. Yeah, it is the exact same sculpt. Unfortunately, they didn't make any changes there. Brenton says, hey, how's it going, Lane?
Hey, it's going all right, Brenton. I'm interested to see how this is, because, like, yeah, I'm looking at another picture showing the Maul where he's, like, stripped down to the, like, all the clothes removed, and the neck looks like it's almost an inch long.
Like, guys, I mean, that's that might be how I have to rock him. I mean, that DX17 sculpt is really, really nice. Yeah,
that looks better.
Body. Really nice. And I'm going to pan out and put all the clothes on.
You know what you should try and do? You have your Ahsoka, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
With that face, I think you look like you could almost recreate more. You know, if you recreate, I know I've seen someone trying to recreate the pose for the statue coming from Sideshow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've seen it. It looks really good.
That head sculpt, I think, would be better, though.
Yeah, this looks awesome. I think that's like the way to rock it. I'm not going to use the Screaming head sculpt because this goes in my DX17. But I could pull the other one out and be perfectly happy with it. So that's cool. I'm going to pan out, and I'm going to put his clothes back on and get him in a little pose, and then we'll
I just like you trying to put more clothes on people. That's always sweet.
Yeah, I think he deserves to have his clothes back.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
He deserves no mercy.
He said, you know, what can we say? Connor's just a wonderful human being. He's willing to let his figures be clothed.
Yeah,
I guess I am.
Although it's good, I guess he doesn't collect Bison Bossing figures, though.
He's got those down in the basement or something.
Well, you know, we all got
I do like
basement.
that the shoulder pieces are removable. It makes putting the shirt back on a lot easier.
Well, hey,
I will say that.
Bob Dylan keeps insisting I'm going to get that Dajathor statue you might have seen, you know, on Facebook that just came out from PCS.
I'm sure you will.
There's go.
Is it a female?
Sir, shut up. Dajathor, yes, is a female character. She's, you know, the Princess of Mars from the old.
Yeah, so you're going to get it, right?
That's what he's telling you. That's why he's explaining it.
Oh, so you are getting it.
Sir, I will get you. You're late. You were late. You let making money be more important.
Yeah, how dare you, Chris? How dare you?
Sorry.
Making sure people get their stuff.
He said sorry.
I'm a baddie for doing what I'm supposed to do.
I'm piecing them together. Bro.
I'll just tell my supervisor next time I gotta go talk about figures.
Yeah, punk. Yeah, you'd be like, listen, punk, I'm tired of you making me late.
Peace out. This is what we call peacing out.
Yeah, I'll do the SpongeBob meme running out my truck.
Yeah, and you know what? Then he's gonna wait behind and start playing a clarinet like Squidward.
Yeah.
While just sticking to your back, sign that says, you're fired.
Looks like Lane has it all planned out for you.
I'm gonna go in tomorrow with that. And it's
almost
the weekend.
Done piecing them back together. Bear with me, guys.
I'll be right back, guys.
Lane's leaving us when I'm piecing my figure back together.
I'll be there for the main part.
Right. I do like how simplistic this figure is. I gotta be honest with you. Like, it makes it enjoyable to take the clothes on and off because it's just so simple. And I can get him looking nicer off camera, but I'm gonna get him looking the best I can here. As well as I can. I'd like to put him in a little bit of a pose, too. Let's see. Thanks for being patient, guys. I almost got him back together. We have a special guest in Chris's room.
Yeah.
What does he want?
My brother. He just got home from work.
Gotcha. He's almost back together, guys. He's almost his normal self. Let me get him some hands. Actually, what we didn't do, let me hold up both heads.
He's over here waiting because he got Leia today. So he's trying to show me.
Ah, gotcha. Hold up. Come on, camera. You could do it.
I like the eyes better on the 17 as well.
Yeah, me too.
Ever.
Yeah, no one wants to hear what Kevin has to say. Get him out of here. Yeah, guys, there's
I mean, he pretty much just said what we were gonna say anyway. At the new one, just like the Solo, it's not my favorite. They kind of did my boy dirty.
I wouldn't say it's crappy.
Did all
I think
that
that's
CGI
unfair
for
to say.
everybody else, but couldn't help my boy.
I think it's unfair to say it's crappy. It's just not as strong as the other one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, not crappy. It's just there's other ones that you would prefer.
Right, I wouldn't say it's crappy because it's a nice head sculpt. I don't want to discourage anyone, and I do think
for sure.
I do think this is a nice figure. I just think I don't understand their thinking with going with the older look for Maul for a Clone Wars figure, you know. It's also weird too, like let me make sure I'm not okay. So his left gauntlet has like a split in it. I don't know if mine is like coming unglued or what, but this comes, I'm assuming it's probably because of the saber arm. This comes unclipped, but the other one does not.
So that's actually been a problem with their recent I know the Clone Wars Anakin, the gauntlet doesn't close either.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably because this arm comes off, I would assume.
I don't know if Boston was asking me that, but
you don't like how the body looks younger than the face? No, he's being sarcastic. No, I don't. I mean,
I don't like it either, though. As soon as you put that Phantom Menace head on, it kind of matches. It's a thinner head with a thinner body. It just looks like it belongs.
Like I said, I'll most likely steal the Phantom Menace sculpt, my extra Phantom Menace sculpt out of the box, and that's how I'll display him. For now, because I'm feeling lazy, I'm going to put him back how he is in the display. But let me get some hands on him here.
You got Ahsoka?
I do, yeah.
So you're going to put him with her?
Either that or the Coruscant guards. I'm still like kind of unsure.
My fiance wants me to pick up Ahsoka, but she wants me to get the Rosario Dawson one, and I kind of want to do that anyway, just because she's about to have her own show with Anakin, and it'll be live
but at that point, will she have a different look? So she's got the lot longer Montrails.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you
You
guys
just
off.
wait.
This hand, look how soft these hands are, which I love. Look how easy it is to spread
Oh,
the
nice.
fingers out.
That's the biggest annoyance with troopers is when
I know.
you just can't have them some nice, easy, and flexible and then other ones just make you want to smash the figure because you just can't get the damn blaster. Like Cody, I had a horrible time with Cody's
I
blaster.
might have to buy this figure now just for the hands for no particular reason.
I'm glad to see you're easy to convince to spend $260. I must find certain ways though that I can convince you should buy me a Coruscant guard because you just got $200 lying around and you don't need it.
I will say the hands are a pain in the ass to peg on for some reason. These gloved hands.
If I do another giveaway, I'll tag you in the video so you can enter.
Cool, yeah, and then I can just accidentally hack it and win.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been pretty good. I gave away a Death Watch mine though earlier this year.
Oh yeah, you did for geeking out, right?
Yep.
That's a good
Come
one.
on, bro. These hands are a pain. Holy crap.
Didn't you just say they were easy?
No,
No.
I said that it was easy to put the lightsaber in. Like actually putting it on the figure is a pain.
Yeah,
Because of that piece, right?
That's probably part of it, but just the peg hole is really tight, I think.
You know, it's just funny because I was putting my Death Trooper back and I found the blaster. I forgot because I tore on my specialist the little blaster, the pleather part you pull open to attach it, and when I was trying to pull it off, it got torn. I forgot for the Mando Death Troopers, they actually made it so as a magnet, so it's easy. It just pops in and pops off, like super easy, barely an inconvenience. And I was just like, God, I was like, that was the most brilliant, like, innovation. Like,
Right.
The shoulders are very, very tight. I will say that. Very tight. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's because of the single jointed arms. That's the nature of those single jointed arms.
yeah.
Kev said they did all that CGI for every other character in Star Wars, but massacred my boy Maul.
A lot of people were asking about.
kinda true.
So there are screws in the feet,
Yeah.
which is
Oof.
not. I don't
Man,
like
that's positively armor with those screws.
But you
Yeah,
know
exactly.
what? Like, I know people complain about that, but how often do we look at the bottom of them?
No, it's not a huge deal, but hot toys are typically seamless for the
Wow.
most part. So
Yeah, I get that.
Wow. People, holy Jesus. I'm looking in the Discord right now. People are showing right now how it's on eBay how much some of the
Clone.
clone deluxes have sold for.
Already
one that has-
sold for? When they
Yeah,
can go
one-
get rid.
I'm just looking right now. Like one is a one bid, so someone has put a bid. Well, it's Canadian, $379. A bid was accepted for one that was originally selling. Most of these are Canadian though, but they're still like 316. So those are, selling for more. 260, 270, 280.
The
Already.
collectors in the house.
Hey, how are you doing, sir?
what's up, the collector? How's it going, man? We have a Star Wars. It's called Star Wars Memorabilia and Lore. So if you're a Star Wars fan, or if you just like talking hot toys and such, we talk about Marvel and DC and everything.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different channels depending on what you like. The 6 scale is definitely the most.
Right. So a link's in the description.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out.
Mhm.
So I'm just getting a little pose together here. Kind of a quick one, but I think it looks kind of cool. Let's see.
Good thing is he didn't have that big stupid background or the giant ass like scorpion tail that I was dealing with the. And hey guys, if you ever been here, that I will tell you, if you are collecting any Marvel, that Spider-Man, the classic suit Spider-Man, get that. I think that one's going to be gone relatively soon.
Yeah,
By the
I'm
end of the year.
still. I might pick that up at my local store. If I see it in person, it's gonna tempt me because I've only wanted like one Spider-Man or the main 3 from the new film, but then I just always go back to my childhood of that classic suit, and every time I see photos of it, I'm like,
And that one's
I
only
need
260. Yeah, that one's 260 and comes with a ton of stuff.
yeah.
So that's kind of a quick pose. I throw them in.
Yeah, nice. Plus, you've got the scorpion tail, so that could actually help you fill out kind of a Sinister Six. You know, with that setup with it and everything, using the background.
Right.
If you had the other movie guys,
Right. I was letting him finish, and then I was trying to look at it. I like the lightsaber.
yeah,
Yeah, and
I
I'm
think it
gonna
looks
adjust
good.
him a little bit. It's just a quick little pose, but I do like that. We called it a force hand, but you can kind of use that for anything. You can see how I have it, kind of like bring it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still
Definitely
notice the
really
neck
don't
though. I can't get around.
I'm gonna throw the let me throw the Phantom Menace sculpt on, and we'll see what we think with the Phantom
Or
Menace.
were you gonna put on his hood?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw his hood on too. I just wanted to throw him in a quick
That might.
pose.
I've heard with the hood, it makes a little bit of a difference. Seeing him with that up.
Yeah, let me.
That's aggressive. If I saw that in person, like you screaming like that at me, and
Yeah, I don't know if I'd use the screaming sculpt with this pose, but definitely really. Cool.
I would hate to see with that final look there where he's just standing and menacing you, because if he starts moving, he might spontaneously combust.
I'll bring it back to us three, and then I'll stick the hood on. We'll see what the hood looks like. I'll be honest with you, I probably won't display it with the hood, but I do want to kind of get an idea of what we are working with the hood, you know.
that back to that scorpion tail. Do you think that's going to be like the same technology that they'll use with the dot?
Maybe. It was pretty. I mean, reasonably for how big. The thing is that thing is big and heavy.
Hey, the
Like,
collector,
figures.
do what you got to do, man. You got to stay on that grind. These figures are expensive, man. All right.
Well, that's how you build a healthy relationship.
Dude,
Keep them in the dark.
that's how I've been wanting to start collecting as well, instead of just having my job do it, like have a side thing. But I sell stuff too, like old stuff I don't even need, like Macari or whatever I used to collect,
So
and
it
just
seems like
over time.
you have to take the tabard off to put the hood on because it velcros underneath the shirt. So bear with me here. The collector asked Lane, "Are you getting Maju cases?"
Not at least as of right now. No. Just
What you're
detail. I still have a
thinking about
detail to put together after I move.
Let's see. Yeah, the hood's a bit of a pain because you got to put it under the shirt, but we'll do it for the stream.
Yeah, Connor's got to deliver his Maju or his detox over here.
I gotta deliver them. Yeah, you're screwed. Kevin's gonna take his ass up here with the truck one day and get him. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm not paying for shipping.
You gotta pay Kevin for shipping.
Nah, he's free delivery.
Bro, the way this hood attaches is actually kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Holy cow, 500 just the last 4 nights. It definitely talks me into it. And plus, you could bring people with you, can't you? Like if I brought my fiance, just chill.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we just do runs together, and then.
My friend does shipped with his girlfriend sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd be happier that way anyway. It is something else, and you just fund that to do.
Right.
I'll find
Almost
it.
got them back together, guys. Thanks for being patient. He does have. Let's see if I could show you. Once I get this back together.
Jason said, "Show my Thanos. I want to go to bed."
Oh, Jason, I'll do it after this. Jason, chill out. Could you send me the photos again, please? So there we go with the hooded look. It definitely covers up the neck a little bit, I would say.
Yeah.
Again, not some way I would display him. I may have the hood.
Boston said that he never had the hood in the show.
No, I don't.
Or
think he
wore
did
it.
either. I don't think he wore it at all. I think that's correct.
It might be my brain playing tricks on me, but I feel like I saw it animated, like down, like on his back, but never wore it or had it.
I think you're probably right. Let me, yeah, Jason, could you send me those photos over real quick, and I'll show them real quick. Might have to save them, but that's okay. Got parts to maul everywhere right now.
But I would definitely have them without the hood. I think you had them post up without the hood.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them apart again once we show these photos. Yeah, and Rebels, like especially in the scenes with Kenobi towards the end, he definitely had a hood. But it was different than this. This is a different look. Let me check Facebook here. I'm just gonna get these photos for you guys so I can show you the custom that Jason made. All right, there we go.
He did a custom Thanos, you're saying?
Yeah, he did. Yep, he did a farmer Thanos.
Oh, I think I saw that picture. That was him that did it. I saw
I know
it on
he
Facebook.
posted it in a couple of places.
And he has it, with Captain. I saw that. That looked badass.
So he's got Captain Marvel here kind of recreating that scene, which I think is really cool. Another one. Oh, completely cut
it. Actually looks like he fried that thing.
No, he actually did. I think part of his technique is he actually melts the figure to get it to look like that. Jason, do you have any more shots of like him in the sun like you showed me before?
He looks like he's wearing his best Christmas dad sweater there.
Yeah, so he's taking a normal Infinity War Thanos to make this custom, which I think is really clever. I think it looks awesome. Let me see if he sent me any... No, I think that's it.
The facial expression really helps that too.
Yeah, for sure. I think that sculpt's definitely what you got to use because obviously he's in pain after he gets his arm sliced off.
Yeah.
But yeah, really cool. I just wanted to show you guys. If you're interested, contact Jason on Facebook. I think he's doing these kind of as he gets more Thanos bodies. But again, this is an Infinity War Thanos that he's converting into a farmer Thanos. So.
Where's Thor? Cut his freaking head off.
Yeah, right. He said he sent me 31 pics. I'm only seeing 6, so it's probably going to take a minute for them to load.
God, reduced to atoms.
Dude, Thanos
I love Thanos. Yeah, I need him back in the collection.
Like I said, I've told you before, I've got this Infinity War one, unmodified, of course, and then I've got the battle damage one. I really wanted that battle damage one.
Yeah.
Here's the rest.
They have the battle damaged. I think it's the battle damage. It's definitely an armored one, but I think it's the battle damage at the store. But I'm holding that because I still want Infinity War first.
Yeah. The battle damage one I can't recommend enough, though. It's so nice. I think the details are amazing, and I love like the damage that they did along his chest plate. Oh, all the photos just shot through. Here we go.
Yeah, like I said, I just want Infinity War first, though, because that's the Thanos that won.
Right.
I don't like telling people too much that to get their mind thinking, because they tend to go for the armored one, and I kind of like that he's kind of still a good price.
So he's got some pictures here with the stealth suit cap. There's the limb slicer.
Yeah.
You can see really nice detail on the back of the head here. Yeah. And again, I know he does some paint work, but it's actually burnt to kind of give it that shriveled up look, because obviously he was a bit shriveled up after. Yeah, and here's a shot of the gauntlet after he removed the stones and such and made it look worn and destroyed, because obviously after he used the stones to destroy the stones, the gauntlet itself kind of couldn't handle that and almost broke to pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, really cool, Jason. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Again, if you guys are interested in grabbing one of those, definitely hit up Jason. I'm sure he would love to do a custom for you. But yeah, Chris, since you came in late, do you have anything you wanted to talk about? Any closing statements before we wrap up here soon?
There was one thing. I don't know if you guys talked about it. The in-art Pennywise.
Oh, we actually did not. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about that. I was wondering if we were.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I'm glad you reminded me. Let me see.
Because we all don't need double-jawed evil clowns in our lives.
No, I already have 2 of the Hot Toys ones, so I definitely won't be grabbing.
Why do you have 2?
It's a long story.
All right.
It involves nightmares
right.
and lots of.
No, I just ended up getting an extra body because mine had issues, so I just pieced together a second one, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing
Well,
crazy.
doesn't it come with 2 sculpts anyway? So
Yeah, so I used the second sculpt. I bought another base, and I bought like all the parts necessary to make another one. So yeah, guys, we did get a little teaser picture from In Art for Their Pennywise. Again, is it exciting? Yeah, but if you already have the Hot Toys one, I can't really see them blowing Hot Toys out of the water because in my opinion, I know some people say that the Hot Toys one needs a little bit of work, but still, though, the Hot Toys one is great. I love it. I think the accessories they included are awesome, and I think it's going to be a good competition for this one. So I'm interested to see what they come up with. The sculpt looks great, but I'm not sure how I feel about rooted hair on this one if they do go that route because his hair is such a unique shape. It's probably going to be a nightmare to style. So,
from what I've seen with the rooted hair stuff that they've been putting out lately, though, not just In Art but Queen Studios themselves coming out, because I saw that quarter scale Joker. The hair looked pretty good coming straight out the packaging.
Oh, I'm sure it did. It's just it kind of remains to be seen how it's going to look on their 6 scale line because like we've said before, like you're comparing like a $3,000-ish piece to something that's like $500 or less. So it remains to be seen. So I'm interested to see how the Joker looks too, because his hair looks awesome in the promo photos. I just don't know how it'll look in person, you know. But yeah, I wonder what accessories they'll kind of come out with. We could see in the other picture that he's going to include the boat, with which the Hot Toys one does have. I will say I do love the detail work on the glove here. I think that looks great.
I think the boat looks better too.
I'd have to look at the Hot Toys one again. I never really took a huge, or rather a long look at it to see like if it actually looked like paper or not. I just kind of threw it in.
Yeah, I think it just looked like a folded piece of, like it kind of probably had the material look of paper, but I don't think it was as detailed as this.
Yeah.
Like with all the crinkles and weathering on it and stuff.
Yeah, maybe once we get some more photos, I'll compare the two, and we'll look at them on stream and kind of see what differences we can find.
Yeah, honestly, that base, though, for the Hot Toys where you can put them in the sewer, sells it alone for me. So if they can, you know.
It's going to be hard to top that base. In my opinion, that's one of the best bases Hot Toys has ever done. And there's even like a little slot for the boat to sit in. It's really cool. So.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, I think that is it for tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. We're about 15 minutes over 2 hours, so those of you who hung out with us for most of the stream, I really appreciate it. Please drop a like if you're either here for the stream or if you're watching the replay. Please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what we do. Again, we do stream every Thursday. The times are kind of dependent upon when we can get everyone on, but we always try to let you know at least like an hour in advance. We'll post up on all the different socials. So also, if you're not in the Facebook group or if you don't like our Instagram page, please like the Instagram page and check out our Facebook group, because we do drop new release information every time new stuff is released. We try to be one of the first people to put it up, so that way you guys have a place where you can get all of your information and discuss new stuff. So have a great night, Jason. Again, guys, check out Jason if you're interested in that custom Thanos figure that he did. Also, of course, Collecting Madness's channel is in the description. Go check out his channel, subscribe, check out his most recent videos, and give him a like if you can. Yeah, we got Leia coming up. Yeah. Shout out to Kevin. Yeah, so soon Collecting Madness will be showing off the A New Hope Princess Leia on his channel. So definitely check out that video. That's a great figure, and definitely one you're going to want to watch. Lane, do you have any special words of wisdom from the man himself?
No.
No. All right, guys.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
You guys have a great night, and again, thank you all for hanging out. A lot of you were here for most of the time, so we really appreciate the support. He said shout out. He's never gonna. I already know who this is. This is Pokey from the Discord. He's never gonna let that down. So take care, Pokey. Thanks for hanging out, man. Have a great night.
Yeah, no, take care, that is definitely a thing that is never gonna die.
Yeah, right. And hopefully next week we'll have some more releases to talk about. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, have a great night.
Every night.
Night.